I'm tired of hearing about the play-in is bad. The play-in's not good. The play-in's not fun. The play-in is a waste of time because if you watched the games last night and if you didn't like the games last night, then you just don't like basketball. The play-in was absolute cinema last night. It was a movie. It was 48 minutes times two because we had two amazing games that went down to the wire. One included a game winner. One was just back and forth. It included, I think it was a 17-point comeback or a 9-point comeback and then a 7-point comeback all in a span of 3 minutes in overtime. It was insane, y'all. The Blazers narrowly escaped the Phoenix Suns in overtime. And LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets, they just put on a show last night. And LaMelo hit a game winner. Fellas, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about both games. We got to talk about all four teams. And we got to talk about what happened last night. First, we're going to start with the first game of the night. We're going to start in Charlotte. The Miami Heat versus the Hornets in overtime. The Hornets pulled it out with a LaMelo game winner. But before we get to the game winner, let's dive into the game. Chill, you want to kick us off? What'd you see in this game that stood out to you?
Damien, you ever go on a date with a girl? You ain't really into her, but you get to the place. You know, the restaurant is dope. The atmosphere is dope. The conversation is actually dope. You ain't really into her, though. That's what the play-in tournament was last night. I'm not into the play-in tournament. But that was fantastic last night, Ron. That was absolute action. No question about it. The thing I thought about with Charlotte and the Miami Heat was one of two things have to happen. One, make LaMelo Ball a scorer. Make him a bucket getter. Make him the primary focus of the offense and take away from the rest of those guys. Knickel is a shooter. With Knickel being a shooter, he has to be in rhythm. And I thought that they did a great job. In keeping him out of rhythm. The problem that we're having is that your secondary and third scorer and your fourth scorer in Miles Bridges, he's relocating at the long ball line. He's actually moving his feet. He's getting his hands busy, causing problems in terms of getting turnovers and things like that. That's making the Miami offense stagnant, and it's turning their offense into defense. Then on top of that, the glass. I thought that if Miami could control the glass, I thought that they had a really good opportunity to win. Mars, I know how you feel about Musa. He couldn't do anything with Bam last night. He couldn't do nothing with him. And I feel like if Bam would have played more, and I'm an older guy, so yes, I'm considered the old head, and my old head values might be a little bit, different. I was thinking, Ox, go to Bam, keep going to him. If he can get 40 tonight, go, because they stuck with the single coverage with him and Musa. And I was thinking to myself, go to him again, because Musa couldn't do anything with him on the block. Nothing. So I was thinking, keep going. I look at this Miami Heat team, and the biggest hole that they had, I still feel like this was at their lead guard spot. If they could get a guy to score at the lead guard spot, I think that they'd be much better. But I love what I saw from
Davion
Charlotte
was getting
last
buckets
night.
too.
Man, I thought that the buckets that he was getting, it was in the flow of the offense, but it wasn't like what LaMelo was doing. And I don't think that he demanded the defense I don't think he demanded the defense that LaMelo demanded. Yes, he ended up knocking down some open shots. I'm not going to argue that point, but I felt like LaMelo put way more pressure on the defense than him. Way more pressure on the defense. I thought that he got downhill a little bit more, and I still think that they need to upgrade at the lead guard spot. I think that's their biggest problem.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you for wanting to upgrade from Davion. We talked about that before, so I hear you on that. And once again, also I can't speak too much about this game as opposed to the next game because I wasn't able to watch this game live. I just saw little snippets of it. But Chill and Ron, both of y'all, Ron, you coming up here talking about us absolute cinema after trying to tell us yesterday that we don't need to play in.
I told said that. I never said that.
You wasn't saying yesterday that these teams are just throwing, so it doesn't matter.
I said that they're throwing, but I never said I didn't like the plan. I said it doesn't matter which teams is where.
Oh,
said
got
that.
you.
I 100% said that.
I mean,
Yes,
I'm
did.
telling you, just more basketball. We need more. We need as much basketball as possible. Shout out to the playing, man. Shout out to the playing. I do want to say, because this is what I did see last night. I'm only going to speak about what I did see last night in this game. How the hell did LaMelo Ball get to keep playing in that basketball game?
And Ox, just
I mean,
so you know,
I'm saying, because
they
a
did a
lot of
review,
people are saying, "Oh, Spo's a crybaby," and then Kendrick Perkins, who's somebody who I actually do agree with more than other people agree with him, when he said, "Oh, the Miami Heat have been in here 4 years straight, so this doesn't matter." But those 4 years of being in the play-in have nothing to do with what LaMelo Ball did to Bam Adebayo. I'm trying to keep the same energy, because if Draymond Green did this, I'll be up here calling for his head, and so would a lot of other people. So LaMelo, I think that was crazy. They should have threw his ass straight out of that basketball game. There's no room in basketball for that type of stuff.
and
But
just so you know,
that's all.
Ox,
I don't want to take away from the basketball game.
And you, Ox, being a man of the people, and also in, like you said, being a lawyer, just so you know, that wasn't his first offense. He did that 2 years ago to Bam in Miami. Did the same thing to him. So we have a pattern now. Like, so this isn't something that was just random. We actually had this before. So he could have very well been tossed. Yes, he could have been.
There's no excuse for that. That just wasn't cool. It just, and I mean, they won the game. I don't know exactly how they won the game. I told y'all in the group chat, I really want y'all to like tell me how that happened, because I remember I was play-by-play watching last night, right? And I looked at my phone. I saw the score. The game was over. I was like, oh, damn. I knew Miami was going to win this one. Put it down, ran some little drills, came back to the next water break. They're in overtime, about to lose. It's like 10 seconds. I was shocked. Like, how did that even happen?
Yeah, to address the LaMelo Ball thing right quick, and then we'll talk about what happened at the end of the game and in overtime. LaMelo didn't get ejected because you literally, if you're just watching the game, you couldn't tell that happened. You had to literally go back and watch the replay, and they had to zoom in for you to see that no, LaMelo actually snatched his foot. It happened so seamlessly that like you couldn't tell that he did it. Only people that knew that it happened was Bam and LaMelo. And so like the refs didn't go back and review the play because it looked like it was no need to review it. It wasn't it didn't look like a gruesome injury. It just literally looked like he fell.
There was no stoppage in play too, so it was tough, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, Damian. They didn't review it because it wasn't a stoppage in play.
Yeah, it's tough to review that unless it's like a fight happening or something. Yeah,
it wasn't a foul. It looked like he just fell. Like it looked like he was going to get the ball out of bounds and get the ball back in bounds, and he just fell. And then when you go back and look at it, LaMelo clearly tripped him. And he, like I said, he did the same thing 2 years ago in Miami where Bam, he fell on the floor and Bam is running by him. And he intentionally, like what Grayson Allen did, he intentionally stuck his foot out and tripped Bam. So he did the same thing. So we got a pattern here.
Terrible.
Do we believe LaMelo will be suspended?
No.
For Friday's game?
No.
He
don't think
but
so.
He should be, but he won't.
I don't think he should be. When I look at it, it kind of looks like a frustration, like out of frustration he did it, but not really understanding what he was doing. Right? I don't think he tripped Bam, tried to get him on his ass. The thing, I think he felt the contact from Bam behind him and was just frustrated, right? And kind of went to, how players kind of like flick at people when they get hurt, like that was a foul. I don't think he meant to take him out the game. Obviously, I don't think he meant to really put him on the ground. I think it was.
Yes, he did.
Then that's like, I mean, Jay, I don't know if his intentions were, hey, I'm gonna knock Bam down and try to make him break his ass so he can't play for the rest of the game. I'm not saying that those were his intentions, but he definitely swiped at him. So it's kind of like even if you do something out of instinct and it's not premeditated, if what you do the result is him getting hurt and him getting out the game, you have to be held accountable for that. Just because you're a grown man. If you know what I'm saying, if we're children, it's like, okay, bro, like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe sit down for a little bit. But as a grown man, it's like your instincts, you have to be held accountable for that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I'm not saying he wanted to hurt Bam, but you know that you can hurt people like that. Hardwood it's called hardwood for a reason. Like it's not forgiving. You know what I'm saying? So that's my only reason. It's like I don't want to sit here and say Melo's malicious, But just the instincts to just do that because you're frustrated, I think you should be held accountable for that.
Yeah, he probably gonna have to write a check, Ox. He probably have to write a check for like $25,000.
Probably so. And I did see the video him like apologizing and saying, "I'm gonna check on him and stuff." So hopefully that's all good between them. But still, I don't think Miami loses the game if Bam is there. And once again, that's just me just guesstimating because, like I already said, I didn't get to actually watch the game live. I was just watching it on my phone.
I don't think that they do neither, Ox, because I mean, a big element of what they do, both offensively and defensively, is now off the floor. Your best defender is off the floor. Your second best rebounder is now off the floor. Arguably your best passer is now off the floor. All of that stuff is now gone. So now the stuff that we ran is predicated on Bam. Like he's our hub for a lot of the stuff that we run. So now we got to start running everything that we run differently now because now Bam's off the floor. So sure, with him being on the floor, their game is completely different. And now from last night, because you said you didn't see it, so now Khalil Ware, instead of only having to deal with Kalkbrenner, so now he's got to deal with Kalkbrenner and Musa. And with him only having to deal with Musa, he's got to deal with Musa and Bridges. Like he doesn't have Bam to help him. Like he's got to deal with he's now the primary rebounder and rim protector without any help from anybody else. And I think that was really difficult for him last night.
Oh, chill. He looked all right. He ain't need Bam. Khalil did what he needed to do.
With Bam,
the game had everything though, Ox. Though the game had everything. There was clutch buckets, big shot making. The controversy we touched on, storylines. Like Kobe White was a big reason why they won this game, Ox. And on a night where LaMelo Ball and Konkanepo go 2 for 22 from the long ball line, both guys who nearly made 300 threes each on the season, and for them to still win was a big takeaway for me as well. They showed a lot of resilience when the game looked like it was over. Still a few youthful mistakes, which it's to be expected, but a huge step for them. And Ox, like Con got benched. Like it was very much like a welcome to the playoffs moment for him. And I was surprised they flat out benched him, by the way, guys. I would have kept him out there personally, even just for the experience, but it ended up working. And they got over the line, but
he was like 1 for 14 at one point. He was killing us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had to come off the floor. Yeah, he was like 1 for 14 at one point, but I'm sorry to interrupt you. Keep going.
No, I was just gonna say that.
Chill, Con was 2 for 12.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
Con was 2 for 12. LaMelo was 1 for 14. I think it was actually 2 for 14. LaMelo was the one who was trying to shoot them out the game. Yeah. LaMelo was the one who should have got benched. Now, I wouldn't have benched him because I don't believe like in a moment like that, you got to play the players who got you there, and you got to play your best players, regardless of how bad they're playing. If they're legitimately one of my top 3 or 4 players, I'm not benching you. It has to be a role player. So we gonna play through it. But if anybody deserved to be benched, it was LaMelo Ball. You see, when Ox came up here and he was like, "Man, how did LaMelo finish that game?" I ain't even know he was talking about that. I thought he was talking about how does LaMelo shoot a tour day from the 3-point line. I'm not even talking about twos. Yeah. I'm talking about he was February 16th is what he shot from the 3-point line, not from the game. From the 3-point line.
Break it, Ron. Shoot it till you break it.
For the game, he was December 31st. New Year's. Hey, no wonder he was celebrating. He was New Year's Eve. 12 for 31 from the field, and he finished with 30 points. LaMelo. Because if it was the other way around, if you finished 21 for 31, I would come up here and praise you. LaMelo, that was atrocious.
Mars, this is why
he did what he had to do. He got 30 points. Ron, this is the playoffs. We don't got time to worry about field goal percentages. We don't. That's irrelevant.
Really
I'm still gonna point out that you was broke
till you break it. Y'all know I live by that in the playoffs. You need to score the ball, shoot the basketball, LaMelo. If you're 1 for 15, shoot 15 more shots. We don't got time. Or coach, take me out. You either gonna take me out or I'm gonna break this backboard. I'm gonna break this rim. Shoot the ball, LaMelo. He did. They won the game. He did what he had to do. He scored. According to y'all said he hit a game winner, right? The kid did what he had to do, Ron.
Yeah,
Mars, this is why
I'm not giving him a pass just on that. I got it. And he hit the game winner. He hit the game. what's important is that he played
pretty nuts,
trash, and I'm gonna tell you what's important is because he gonna think he gonna be able to get away with that in the Detroit series. I'm telling you, they're gonna lose in 2 games if he comes out there on that bullshit. They are going to lose in 2. That's more important than any of that other stuff. Like yeah, okay, you were resilient.
Do you expect Khan to shoot like this
shooting.
again, though? Ron? Do you expect Khan to shoot like that again? Do you expect him to?
Nah, I don't.
I don't know. Detroit, the best 3-point defenders in the league, I think, right? Or second best 3-point defenders in the league. So I don't. It's not obscene to say Khan might not shoot well in the next series, as well as LaMelo.
Max made a good point in the chat. I'm curious to know were these shots that LaMelo shot, were they like him hijacking the offense, going away from something, or was he shooting good shots and he was just missing them?
We're talking about LaMelo Ball.
Yeah,
like, you didn't even have to ask.
I didn't watch. I still gotta ask.
You didn't even have to ask that question.
Anyway.
We're talking about LaMelo Ball.
I'm not a LaMelo hater, chat. I'm not a LaMelo hater. Not me. Not this guy.
Miles, you and I had a conversation. This was right before the playoffs started, maybe 2 weeks before the playoffs started. And we were talking about if Charlotte ended up seeing the Knicks, like what would the game plan be? And my attitude was, I want the ball in LaMelo's hands, because you were concerned more about Jalen Brunson as a defender, and I said that I want LaMelo Ball with the ball in his hands, and I want him going one-on-one, specifically because of what Ron just got finished talking about. Because I think that at some point, especially if we're whole, he's going to shoot you out of a game. At some point, even if the shots are good shots, even if it's within the flow of the offense, he's going to eventually shoot you out of the game. If I got my lead guard shooting 31 shots, it's really difficult to get other people involved. And I felt like early on in the offense, I mean, he wasn't shooting a lot, but he was really aggressive, which is good for you as a defense, because now Knipple isn't getting the looks that he needs to get within the rhythm of the offense. Now, as far as Brandon Miller wasn't really, he was not in rhythm. He just made some dumb plays in terms of defensively. That's why he was off the floor, because that foul that he got on Lawson, that third foul, that was just a bonehead play. I don't understand why he did that. But I say that to say, Miles, that I want the ball in LaMelo Ball's hands, and I want him shooting the basketball as much as possible. I don't want to help off of him. I want to stay home, and I want to stay as honest as possible, because if he's doing that, that means those other guys aren't involved in the offense as much.
I was more mad at LaMelo's defense than his offense. Wow.
That too.
His defense was egregious yesterday, but he missed shots. I don't know. Like, it's not ideal, obviously. You don't want to go 2 for 16 from 3. So in that scope of it, it's make some shots. But LaMelo went 10 for 15 from 2. He's a bad 2-point scorer, so being able to do that, I think that was valuable in a game like this. Charlotte's offense was dysfunctional without him on the floor. So whether we like conversation, he quite clearly helped them win the game. And I don't think he's a bad shooter. So 2 for 16 is more of an outlier game, just happened at a bad time, in my opinion. Con was like quite clearly worse than LaMelo. Con was like the worst corner on the floor. Might have been the worst player on the floor. Like he was.
That's why I got benched.
Yeah, I for sure would have benched him too. There's no reason for you to be out here. You're not helping the team. This isn't when we're trying to actually win a game. There's no time for building experience. Regular season, cool. We need to actually win the game when we go home. Yeah, unfortunately, your experience is secondary to our goal of actually winning the game. So yeah, I was surprised he got benched, especially when they needed a 3. And then they went with the lineup of Kobe White, Melo, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and Grant Williams. I was surprised, but I understood it. And then obviously Kobe White made the shot he made, so I was like, oh, good work. But yeah, LaMelo, I don't think LaMelo had a great game. But that's because I hold LaMelo to a higher standard of how good I think he is. But I also don't think LaMelo should have been benched, like Ron is alluding to.
I said I wouldn't bench him. I said I wouldn't bench him, but
you 100% said he should have been benched, Ron. You said
I said he should have been benched, but then I also turned
around and said,
that's why I said
I said he should have been benched, but I said I wouldn't bench him because I wouldn't.
Right, that's all Mars is saying. That's it. That's all he's saying.
I don't think he should have been,
That's
like
it,
you
Ron.
were alluding to. I
that's
never
it,
said
Ron.
like you said you would have done.
No,
So-
that's it, Ron.
Shush.
But also on top of that though, like a lot of it too, it wasn't just the offense. Like how I brought up the shots.
Yeah.
The defense. Did you guys see how they have to play defense around LaMelo?
Which is
I
kind
don't
of
know why
rebellious.
y'all was
I
pretending like
think-
he's a good defender all
He
season.
is. He actually is.
No, I don't think LaMelo's a terrible defender. I think Miami present a weird matchup because what makes LaMelo viable is a lot of teams run a lot of pick and roll. So like Charlotte are really good with like communication and stuff. So like if Melo's in the action, they can scram him out, they can move him around, blah blah blah, and then he can play passing lanes, all of that stuff. Miami don't run pick and rolls, so it's literally you have to guard your yard. Like that's really it. Like everyone is a threat. You have to guard your yard. There's no help coming for you because there's no pick and roll. You can't switch. All of that stuff is like if you're guarding Davion Mitchell, no screen is coming to get you off of Davion Mitchell. So if he chooses to attack you, you have to be able to stay in front, and he can't. So, like, if you're talking about on-ball defense, yeah, LaMelo's not good at that. LaMelo is viable when he's able to roam around, play passing lanes, be away from things, basically, and just try to cause havoc. Miami just don't play that way. So, like, if you're not a good one-on-one defender, Miami is a team that can exploit that. But if they do play the Pistons in the first round, the Pistons don't play like that. There's going to be a lot of Cade pick and roll where they can get LaMelo out of that. So, he'll look fine on defense against a team like the Pistons, whereas Miami can make him look a lot worse than he is. But last night he was egregious. So he definitely hurt his team on defense. But offensively, they weren't able to do anything without him. Like, so regardless of if he made shots or missed shots, their offense needs him out on the floor. Whereas Con Knipple yesterday, they didn't need Con Knipple on the floor. Like,
Shout out.
There's no reason for him to be out.
And I do agree with that, Mars, that they really didn't need Con Knipple. They needed him to play better, but they didn't actually need him. And the reason why they didn't need him is, Ron, shout out to Miles Bridges. Like, to have that kind of luxury, to have that kind of player, to be able to, as a third or fourth option, to be able to create offense. Like, I thought he did a great job within that offense of relocating at the long ball line. Miami was actively letting him look at the rim, actively at the long ball line, and he's really good on the he's really good on the right break at the long ball line. They were actively giving him that shot. On top of that, which I'm a huge fan of it. If you guys know me, boy, them feet get moving and them hands get busy with Miles Bridges. He actually looks like a viable defender, and he was last night.
Yep.
Ox, get Norman Powell off the floor. He killing us. Get Norman Powell off the floor. I'm straight.
He ain't do nothing
Get him off
last
the
night.
floor, Ox. He killing us.
No, but that's
Get Norman Powell off the floor.
Chill.
That was a time. for
That's
everything.
really,
Happens sometimes.
That's concerning though, Chill, where you have two all-star caliber players in Hero and Powell, and you can't find a way for them to coexist at the same time at the end of games. And it's even more devastating when Tyler Hero's got the ball at the end of the games and he's got LaMelo one-on-one, and Charlotte have to send someone else. So you're not actually giving the ball up to anyone that can necessarily shoot the ball or shoot them out of their coverage. So like Spo not being able to make that work for me was like very concerning, and it's probably a precursor on where this team has to make decisions on moving forward, because it makes no sense that Norman Powell's an all-star and he can't finish that game yesterday.
I'm on record saying it, and you guys are going to roast me for this. I've always felt like Tyler Hero was a rotation guy, but the best rotation player in the league. I've always felt like that since he showed up. I never really thought that he was a high-level starting two guard. I always felt like his best work would be him coming off the bench early and finishing games where he could play high. You could play high minutes coming off the bench. You could play 25, 30 minutes coming off the bench and be the best version of yourself. Not just playing against second unit guys, but once you get going against those second unit guys, when we get into the meat and potatoes of the game, you could definitely be one of our better closers. I've always felt like that about him, that he could be one of the best rotation players in the game. Not much of a defender, because I felt like Charlotte, because I think Charles Lee did a great job at this with his rotations. He was actively seeking out Tyler Hero. Like he would get Brandon Miller to set screens. So because the Mars' point, like you guard your yard, but there was some switching going on last night. So they would actively seek out Tyler Hero, where we can get him on Brandon Miller, right? Where we could get him on Miles Bridges and go after him. They were actively doing that. So I feel like with him as an overall player, I've always felt like he was a great rotation guy, and he could play in that role for 12, 15 years.
Yeah, I'm not the highest on Tyler Hero anymore either, and Bam Adebayo as well. Like, it's about time.
Though, Ron. That's not fair.
It's not just last night. Like, it's not just the 10 minutes that he played last night. I didn't come to this conclusion after watching Bam for 10 minutes last night.
He was on his way to 25 and 10 last night. He was kicking Moose's ass early.
He gave Moose 2 buckets.
Right, and
it was 3 buckets, but
and that was going to continue.
No, two buckets where you're like, fair enough. You hit him with a little hook shot. The hook shot was nice. And then he got him on it was like
reverse pivot.
The left like mid post area. Him with a little jab and go. I was like, all right, cool. You got that one. That was cool.
He couldn't cover him, Mars. He couldn't cover him.
You got 2 buckets. Okay, he was losing at the point.
I can't use a couple.
You're honestly gonna sit up here and tell me that you haven't seen a guy stand in front of another guy for 1 or 2 possessions and go. Jay. Have you seen a guy stand in front of another guy for, let's say, 2 or 3 possessions and go, he can't cover him?
I see it every day.
He can't guard that dude. It doesn't take long for you to recognize he can't cover that dude. I'm watching Musa and Bam last night. Them 2 possessions, that was all I needed, Jay. He can't cover him. Go to him.
Yeah, because you a hater. That's
I'm not a hater. It was obvious.
You've been hating on
Musa.
Musa.
Cover him, Mars.
Scored and him like, yeah, Musa fraud.
No, that's not about being a fraud, Mars. No way. He can't. That dude can't cover him. No, he can't.
Yo, we got big love for Musa, Mars. I know. I love.
Everyone got love for Musa.
No, I'm saying I love that type of player. I'm not as high as him I'm as high on him as some of y'all are, but I love that type of player. The type of player that Musa is. I obviously love those type of guys, but I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like he can get with Bam.
But that's not the point. That I'm not talking about Musa. Mars brought up Musa. I'm talking about Bam Adebayo. Bam could have scored 12 in the first quarter. He could have scored 15 in the first quarter. And you know what Bam Adebayo would do? He'll score 15 in the first quarter and Smooth finish with 20 points.
Or he'll score 15 and Smooth finish with 83. How about that?
Yeah, he'll do that. He will do that. He will do that.
Ron, see, that's one thing I know about you, Ron. You trip off of that. Like if a guy scores 14 in the first and ends the game with 20, like you hate that. My thing with that is, I did my job. I got us off to a hot start. Now, if I only scored 8 points for the rest of the game, but let's say I'm rebounding, playing defense, and then I get out the way. Andrew Wiggins starts getting buckets. Tyler Hero starts getting buckets. I did my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see a problem with that as long as I'm not. If with those 8 points. If I got those 8 points shooting 4 for 17, okay, that's an issue. But you know what I mean? Like if I'm just playing my game and I was just hot in the first, I don't. That's not necessarily a negative though.
Nah, and you're right. That wouldn't be a negative. If he was playing for the New York Knicks, if he was playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, if he was playing in Golden State next to Steph Curry, it wouldn't be a negative. But Bam Adebayo, you're supposed to be our best player. And you know what? Me mentioning
best player doesn't mean best scorer though.
That best scorer.
Okay.
Like
they still got Andrew Wiggins, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Norman. They got other dudes who score the basketball.
And Bam is still their best player, and he still should be their best scorer. He should be their best scorer.
No, he shouldn't.
Wait,
they got Tyler Hero.
Why should he be their best scorer, Ron? Go ahead.
Thank you, Chill. Based on his skill set, based on his size, based on his no, I would have said this before that. Based on his skill set, based on his size, based on his talents. There's no on the offensive end. There's really nothing that Bam can't do.
You heard what Michael Beasley said.
I've been watching Bam Adebayo for as long as he's been in the league, and I'm saying that whole 15 points, scoring 15 points in the first quarter and finishing with 20, that was actually a parable. All right, what I'm saying in a roundabout way is Bam leaves a lot to be desired. He leaves a lot to be desired every single night as your number one option every season. It's the reason why these niggas are playing merchants. They're going to be in the play-in next year if they have Bam Adebayo. They was in the play-in last year. They were in the play-in the year before that. Bam Adebayo, as your star player, leads your team to be a play-in team.
Well,
that's what it is.
They just need more. They got to go get Foxy to play point guard. They just got to go get Foxy. That's it.
I'm sorry, Damian, as you were saying.
No, I was going to say a larger question. I think I think Ron's alluding to is like has this iteration of the Heat run its course? And I think that it's a legitimate question for this team to be asking themselves, and Bam is a part of that. And Bam's going to be 29 years old in July, and is it now a situation where you're tearing this thing down and you're starting again? Because to be honest, there was no benefit for Miami to win that game yesterday. Like it wasn't going to benefit them at all. Like I had a lot of Heat friends that were happy they lost that game.
Yeah, they were,
because they know that this team has potentially just run its course. And I'm with Ron for a lot of this. Like Bam to me is like a complementary piece. He's not someone where you're building a championship contender as him as your number one or necessarily even your number two guy. And I think Tyler here is the same. Like they have a lot of guys who are really good, but I think it might be time to sell off some of these guys if they're going to start again.
See, Damian, that's where you and I have the divide, because I'm thinking maybe Bam, we can build our unit around him as our defensive anchor, and like what Detroit was doing when they had Ben Wallace as their anchor defensively, and then they got Sheed, and then they got Tayshaun, but then they got bucket getters around him. And then this is the dynamic of our crew. I'm not ready to get off Bam. No, I just think that we need to build this thing in a different way. What I'm not going to do is I'm not just going to go get a bucket getter. Now I got to figure out defense. Well, now I got a defender in Bam, so now I got to go get a bucket getter. What's easier, or what's not easier isn't the word I'm looking for. What's less difficult? I think it's less difficult to find a bucket getter who I can build my unit around. Then I can find a defending caliber, all-league defending caliber player like Bam, and then put those complementary pieces around him. I think it's more difficult to do that with Bam than it is to find a bucket getter.
Everybody can score the ball too. Well, a lot of people score the ball. Let me say that. A lot of people.
It's interesting y'all do say that. It's interesting.
The
Mars,
level required to win a championship.
it's crazy
Well,
that y'all.
right,
I just think it's hard to.
That was what he said. He said it's easier to find a scorer,
right,
who we can build our team around than it is to find a defensive guy like Bam. But if the goal is a championship, there's a reason why historically the best players tend to be the better offensive players who won a lot of championships. It's because those are the ones who are harder to find.
Sure.
Then like it's harder to find Kobe Bryant than Ben Wallace.
No doubt about that, Mars. But you know what? And I think that's a fair point. But with that being said, if I do have Ben Wallace, which is an anomaly, and
I've never seen the Ben Wallace before.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if I have Ben Wallace, which is an anomaly, I got Bam, one of the generational defenders here, who can score, unlike Ben Wallace, but he's a generational defender. If I have him, and the Detroit Pistons have already proven that this model works, maybe we can put together something like that, especially in this league. Because Mars, you
one
said
of the best defenses of all time.
And this is my anchor, a generational defender who's 29 years old, who I can probably. He's 29 years old. I think I could get 4 or 5 more years of him at this level, because Mars, you and I have had this conversation plenty of times.
Optimistic. I see the vision. It's a long shot, but this
is what I'm thinking.
Long ass shot. It's a logo 3.
This is a Steph Curry range.
Like he's making.
The reason why I don't think that, guys. The reason why I don't believe that is because the reason why I don't believe it's a long shot is because not just Damian, not just Ox, but all of you guys have said it's easy to get buckets until it's time to get buckets. It's easy to defend until it's time to defend. And when you have a defender like Bam Adebayo, if I got that kind of guy in the playoffs that's anchoring my defense, and I can surround him with players who can score the basketball at a high level, and we could keep the game manageable. And when I say keep the game manageable, we don't want the game in the 130s. We don't want the game in the high 120s. If I could keep the game manageable, I'm trusting my defense because I got this guy as an anchor, and I think that we can win doing it that way. I don't think that that's a long shot.
Y'all are off.
I don't think Bam is a one-man defense. Like he's not. I don't think. That's why I just put scorers around Bam, and he got you on defense. I don't think that's ever been true. Like
that's not. It's not true. It's not.
Yeah,
true.
like you have to put defenders around Bam also.
Oh, of course you do.
And most of the defenders aren't going to be able to score like that. You're going to end up with the conundrum of, okay, we put scorers around Bam because he's a limited scorer, but then we have to sacrifice defense because most scorers aren't that good on defense.
No.
Or we put defenders around Bam so we can maximize our defense, and then it's like no one on the team can actually score. Then we need Bam to score, and then we end up in the same problem we have right now, which is Bam is not that good of a scorer. Like when it comes to unless you're getting these two-way score, like who we getting? Shea? Like
no, I don't think we got to go that far, Mars, because I think the divide between you and me is it's either this or that. No. I think it's a mixture of the two, and I don't
have perfect basketball players. Yeah, it's usually this or that. Most of the scorers you're gonna ask for aren't gonna be that good on defense, unless you get a Shea, Jaylen Brown, if you feel that way about him, Anthony Edwards. Who else is that? Like,
but I think that, but I also think that I think that I can get a mixture of the two. I don't have to have a bunch of great two-way players. No. I don't think I have to have that. I think that if I can get Bam as my anchor, because again, we talked about Ben Wallace. Okay, I got a guy in Sheed who can defend, but he can also get me a bucket. Right,
an amazing defender. Yeah.
Right. I also got Tayshaun Prince, who wasn't much of a bucket getter, but he was primarily a scorer. Then I got my lead guard, who is a big shot maker, who can take care of the basketball.
Who also played defense, by the way.
Who also, in fact, he was an all-league defender. In fact,
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Incredible. And we got defense. We got defense at 4 of our 5 positions.
Okay, and then
Rip was the only one who was And even
I was about to say, and then I got Rip Hamilton, who was decent as a defender. He wasn't great, but he was decent as a defender within that group.
So if he's your weakest link, you're not complaining.
You're not complaining. What the point that I'm making, Ron, Miles, I feel like if I could get a mixture of these guys, and I got Bam as my anchor, and we could keep games close, and I'm relying on my defense, I love my chances.
So you're not going to build. You're not going to
that formula.
No, you're not. You're not going to build it. You're not going to build another Detroit Pistons squad. So that's the issues we're talking about. The 04 Pistons. You're not going to build another 04 Pistons.
Why not?
Like because first of all, Bam's not Ben Wallace. Bam's not Rasheed Wallace. Okay. Bam is an incredible defender though, and I'm with you as far as I'm not coming off of Bam. Like if I'm Miami, Bam's going nowhere. I think you can still build a competent roster around Bam, and I don't think the Heat are that far off. Like chill, what you're talking about with the league guard. I think you add Foxy to that team, maybe one more guy, another shooter, and you're right. You're right there in the mix. You're right there in the mix. This Miami Heat team is already a good team. They just lack a couple of things. That's it. Yeah. If you keep Andrew Wiggins, you keep Jaime Jaquez, you keep Bam Adebayo, and then you move around some of the other pieces, you're still in the mix. You know what I mean? Like this, they're not that far off, and Bam is not the problem. Bam's not the problem. Bam does his job
right now.
Yeah, Bam does his job, and we're not. And we're but the main thing about it is
Ron,
a lot of times when
Ron just expects more of him.
And there's nothing wrong with expecting more from a guy, but if you got Bam and I forgot Khalil Ware, you keep Khalil Ware. You got Bam, Khalil, Jaime, these guys, because those the other guys in Miami is really the glue there. Jaime, Drew, those guys you keep those guys. You don't blow up this roster. Like if you get rid of Bam, then you're starting all the way over, and I don't think they need to do that. I don't think that's necessary at all.
Once again, and this is where we have a difference of philosophies. You would rather be in the play-in all year instead of tanking for a couple years. And when I say tanking, I don't think
they're going to be in the play-in.
We're purposely trying to loot. Well, they've been in the play-in since as long
yes, as but I'm not talking about keeping this roster. I just said about making upgrades, and I think they're right in the mix. I'm not saying stay like this and stay in the play-in. I brought up a guy who I'm positive is going to be on the move very soon in De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox.
I think Foxy's going to be on the move very soon. I think Miami needs to go after him. If not go after him, I think they need to like Mar said, and I think he's going to be a free agent here soon too. Anthony Edwards, one of those type of guys which would change this whole thing around. But you don't come off of Bam, so I'm not saying stay in the play-in. I don't think you need to tank or stay in the play-in. I think you have a solid foundation here where you can make a couple tweaks, a couple simple moves, and boom, we're at top. And y'all wanna blow this up, but y'all still believing in the process. This is ridiculous. Y'all are head over ears about this process, but let's get rid of
completely different players.
I'm not comparing them. I didn't compare them. I'm not comparing them.
Joel Embiid ain't playing tonight either.
Yeah, freeze his ass. Yeah, since we that's it, man. I did not compare Bam to Joel. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. No. I'm saying the process is through. And y'all up here believing in the process, still trusting that raggedy ass process, but y'all want to get off of Bam Adebayo. And just because, and this is all because LaMelo Ball did that sucker shit he did, because they would have won the game last night, according to what I'm hearing from y'all. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I think they would have, Ox. I do. I think that they would have. And again, we're talking about a Philly team, right? We're talking about a Philly team that not Bam. I'm sorry, no Joel Embiid again tonight. And I mean, we probably
Joel's not playing tonight.
He got that appendicitis going on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. My bad.
That shit is no joke.
I ain't gonna lie, Mars. I thought that was just bullshit about that. I thought that was just something just to keep him out. Okay,
no
and y'all want me to keep. Oh, I can't wait for Ron to get his ass back.
Hey, our appendix gone now. It's removed. Hey, wait till we help you.
All right. So
I just think that
what they need to do win one game for me.
Oh
That's what
my
they need
God!
to do, win one game for
I
me.
would rather have Bam Adebayo than Joel Embiid so much right now,
Yeah.
and that's not because he's better. It's because he's available. He plays basketball, and he's a great basketball player. He's not to the level of healthy Joel Embiid. I wouldn't try to say that, but
yeah,
I'd rather have Bam Adebayo personally.
I think it's
just off availability.
It's tough though,
I mean, Joel
And
is just
ability
tough
too.
because
it's the contract stuff because Bam is set to make over 50 million, I think, for the next 3 years with a few player options. They have to consider re-signing Powell or letting him go. Tyler Hero's up for an extension. Wiggins has a player option as well, who's like 30 million.
Which he's not leaving on the table, by the way. He's not leaving that money on the table.
Yeah, Jaime Jaquez is coming up for an extension as well. I think that's why there's a bit of added pressure, Ox, on making decisions with Bam, because you could potentially bring back this team that's largely the same and be in the same spot. So Miami's got to make a few tough decisions this offseason to see.
You might gotta let a couple people walk, damn it. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all are against that, and you feel like you're not getting anything from it. But sometimes opening up cap space is getting something back in return.
Because that 27 free agent market is going to be serious. I don't think this one is going to be that big a deal, but I think 27 is when we're looking at some substantial players. But I say that to say, there's more than one way to win. And I think that teams get wrapped up a lot of times in this team is winning like this, so we have to do that. No, we don't. We do not have Steph Curry does not grow on trees. Kevin Durant is not just walking around. Like, we're just going to go pluck a Kevin Durant. It's not a bunch of 6'9" and 6'10" super freak athletes that can crack the long ball just walking around. No, that's not going on. So the brand of basketball that's always been conducive to winning, I think that has to be our foundation, which would explain why I brought up the Miami Heat and their foundation being Bam as their defender, and then putting that kind of player around him who can score, and then implementing the offense. And I think that if you do that, I think that they have a better chance of actually competing. I mean, Ox, this is year 4 straight that we've been in the play-in tournament. 4 straight years now that we've been in the play-in tournament. And don't get me wrong, in 23,
consistency.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Mars. And with that being said, we went to the NBA championship in 23. But other than that, we've been shown the door the last 3 years. Bye. Get out the playoffs. So, like, something clearly has to change in Miami.
You guys do know, like, in order to get this score that you guys speak of, this great number one option, you gotta come off of something, right? It's
probably
LeBron James probably isn't just gonna walk into Miami like, you know, in 2011. They're probably gonna have to trade for somebody, and I'm just gonna go.
Norman, Tyler.
I'm just gonna go back to the Milwaukee Bucks from a couple years ago. You know, remember they tried to upgrade and bring in Damian Lillard? Like, obviously they still had Giannis, but they tried to bring in Damian Lillard.
Told y'all.
Typically doesn't. Okay, and now I'm telling you, Ox, if they trade Tyler Hero and some other guys and keep Bam, I just personally don't think it's going to be enough. I think I don't think they have enough assets to go and trade for a guy that's going to help to push them over the top and still have enough talent on the roster to be competitive. Personally, Bam, Tyler, I appreciate you guys' services. I appreciate what you guys have done. You guys have been here for 2 finals runs. We're moving on with Khalil Ware, Pale Larson, Jaime Jaquez. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they're now going to be a championship caliber team with those guys. I'm just saying we're changing timelines. Now we're going to go get some prospects. We're obviously going to get assets for Bam and Tyler. We're going to start over. It's nothing wrong with a rebuild. There's nothing wrong with the rebuild.
And you would come off of both. Tyler and Bam.
What is my point in keeping Tyler Hero?
I would do the same thing as Ron.
Okay.
But
All right.
What's my point in keeping Tyler Hero?
I didn't like this team from the jump. I would have been. Hey, my philosophy, if we ain't winning, blow the team up. Like, I'm blowing up instantly. Like, I've never been in the middle of the pack. Now they're changing the tanking rules, so things are going to change. But my philosophy throughout all the time is, if I'm not a contender, blow the team up. I am not about to waste time being the 7th seed for 3 years and hope. No, if my team is a playing caliber team, if we're the Chicago Bulls, you know how long ago I would have blew up Chicago? Okay, not blew up Chicago. You know how long ago I would have blew up my Bulls franchise? Like, you know how long ago I would have done that? And they've been mid for this long? I had to change my verbiage.
But chill, how far away do you think they are? Is it just a lead card? Or is it like...
I do. I think that they're, and Ox brought up the guy. I think that they're a De'Aaron Fox type of player at the league guard spot away from really challenging in the Eastern Conference.
You want Ja, Chill?
No, I don't.
De'Aaron Fox away from being like the 5th best team in the conference.
Okay, so De'Aaron still doesn't like all of a sudden make them the Pistons.
And then it's like,
I'm gonna need a little more than De'Aaron.
Well, Foxy, they're better than the Pistons with
finals
Foxy.
push. But like, it's just like
I'm gonna need De'Aaron and Giannis. Maybe
I'm not building my roster to have the long shot chance of maybe making the finals one of these. That's not. I would just rebuild the whole team. And Mars, I'm not saying Bam can't help you win. It's just he then wouldn't fit the timeline because by the time the rebuild's done, he's like 33. And I think subject
right.
Rebuild.
But Mars, that's
time is really good. It's just you're not winning.
Mars, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to do a blow up. I don't want to do that. Like I'm cool with the renovation. I'm cool with the demo. Like let's get the sledgehammers in here, knock a couple walls down. You know what I'm saying? Let's do some serious renovations around here. But let's keep this foundation though. And that foundation to me is Bam, Khalil, and Jaime Jaquez. Those three are staying. Bam, Khalil, and Jaime Jaquez. Those three go nowhere. Other than that, everybody else can go. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the point in getting rid of Bam and Khalil. Like and Jaime too. To me that's crazy. Like we can reconstruct, we can redo this whole house, but this foundation is pristine. We have there's no cracks in it. It's perfectly leveled out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's holding up. I don't see any reason to get rid of, once again, Bam, Khalil, and Jaime Jaquez. Those three go nowhere. For me at least. Other than that, we can make a lot of moves.
Mm-hmm. For me, there's sort of four different phases teams are going to be in. They're either going to be in rebuilding, retooling, ramping, or actually contending. And I think that Miami should be rebuilding, but really every season the moves they make say to us that they're retooling, but in their minds it feels like they're closer than what they are. But really, they should be rebuilding, in my opinion. And I think that every move they make doesn't actually move the needle whatsoever. So I think teams are a little bit delusional about where they are, and sometimes those finals runs that they've gone on can make you think that you're closer than what you are. I think they're very far away, Chill.
I'm laughing at Damian because they sound like the chick that got on them clothes and she thinks she fine. Take that shit off. Nope, that's not it. Take that off. No, that's not it. And then she go put something else on and she think that's fly. No, that's not it neither. Take them shoes off. The dress works, but take them shoes off. Then she she puts some different shoes on. That hair's whack. No, that's not it, yo. No, not
you just need to get a brand new broad if that's the case. If you can't do nothing, just all right, man. Let's just get up out of if it's like that, shit, we need to just go ahead and just, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's spend a couple of days at Whole Foods, man. We'll find a new one.
Yo, fellas, my lights have been flickering and I've been going in and out. My electricity is gonna give any second now. You know, I had to pay out some debts yesterday, so you know I wasn't able to get around to the electricity, man.
Since we on that subject,
damn.
What subject? Oh, I was saying that to say, Chill, I might not be able to get you till next month around the beginning of next month. But here's the thing though, Chill, I got the perfect way that I might be able to hit and pay out the rest of my debts, starting with you, Chill, and my electricity bill, Wi-Fi bill, all of that stuff. I need to hit today, and I got the perfect thing in order for me to survive. And it's right here on Splash Sports. Not this one. Well, you can see, obviously, if you Download the Splash Sports app. You will compete against fans and not against the house. You'll get a 100% deposit match up to $50. You'll get a 100% boost on quick picks. That's cool and that's joyful and that's amazing. We do that every day. But today, I got something better for y'all. The way I'ma survive and pay my light bills is through a playoff tier contest, y'all. $2,000 on the line, and it's only $5 to enter. Why is this so beautiful? Because you can enter multiple times. You see, everybody, the NBA playoffs are here. Day one is Saturday, and day one of this contest will start on Saturday. Players' choices jumping into a $2,000 tier contest on Splash Sports, and you should too. Let me show you why this game is different, and let me show you why this game clears everything else. So here's how the tiers works, and this is why it's simple and why it's kind of unfair if you know basketball. Because Splash Sports takes every single NBA player that will be playing day one of the playoffs. That is Saturday. We have 4 games, 8 teams, and you would choose 6 different players that are in 6 different tiers. And the best part about it is, it's not about the tier 1 with all the star players. It's not about tier 2 with the bucket getters or the high rebounders and the PRA merchants. It's really, what are you going to do in tier 5 and tier 6? Where are you going to find your sleeper players lurking at the bottom that's really going to push you over the top? There's no salary cap match. You don't got to do the math on that. There's no positional locks. You just pick 6 players that you think are going to go crazy. And then you match your 6 players up against everybody else. You take your $5 to enter. And then what do? You win $2K. That's the real payout. And that's all you really got to do. And ultimately, here's why I love NBA tiers on Splash Sports. Because you aren't competing against a sports book. You're not competing against an algorithm. You're not competing against artificial intelligence. You are competing against other people that think they know basketball, but they don't know as much ball as you. So whoever has the best basketball mind is the person that's going to win this tournament. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to show you guys how it's done right here, right now. We're going to join the Splash Sports Tiers contest. Big Ox, can you, yeah. Let's get us to where we need to be. So you'll go to the homepage on Splash Sports. You'll scroll down. You'll see y'all want to join the Survivor? We'll get 30,000 later. Scroll down, Ox. That was a good looking $30,000, right, Mars?
I just saw Epstein.
All right, 2K NBA player tiers. Here we go. This is what we're going to do. We are going to join today. Now, remember, you guys, you can join multiple times. You don't have to just have one entry. Hey, you might as well take as many shots as you can at the crown, right? We're going to just join one today. We'll probably join another one tomorrow. We'll probably join another one Friday. But as of today, we are just going to do one. All right, so as of right now, we can't choose our players, unfortunately, but we'll be back tomorrow to pick our players. In the meantime, Big Ox, let's go ahead and make a quick pick or two.
What do we have here?
Facts.
Oh, wait. He's going to let us do it? Oh, yeah. Make picks.
They in there somewhere.
Unfortunately,
one just don't be reading.
Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to make the picks just yet, but we'll get around to those pretty soon. In the meantime, we're just gonna make 2 quick picks, and then we're gonna get up out of here. And keep in mind with the quick picks, it's much of the same thing. When you use code CHOICE, you will get 100% quick picks boost. That means if you put in $10 and you win, you will get $20. But also, Splash Sports will match up to $50 of what you put in. So if you put in $20, they'll give you another $20 to match the $20 you put in. So that means not only will you get 100% quick picks boost and turn 20 into 40, but you will also, you actually turn 20 into 60, but you'll also get an extra 20 deposited into your account. All right, fellas, we got 2 games today. Let's go with the Warriors and the Clippers.
Mr. Ox, good morning, sir. Good to see you today. Can I have my large glass of Leonard, please? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's good to see you, sir.
They call that the usual. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Can I have my usual, please?
Damian, would you like to make a pick with Steph Curry?
Sure.
Can't hear you.
Curry in
Ox.
an elimination game?
Your mic is muted, Ox. Can't hear you.
Yeah, Steph Curry in the elimination game, Dame.
My bad. I was this whole time I've been talking.
Take the over.
Over on what? Or
Wait,
more
you
on
got a
what?
pick, Ox?
No.
Points.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
So Leicester.
more points for sure.
You're he's saying more. You think he's gonna go less, Ox?
Oh no, I just thought that's what Damian said. Sorry.
All right, well, this is how we rocking on Splash Sports. We are taking the more on Kawhi Leonard's points today. We're taking the more on Steph Curry's points, and we're taking the less on Draymond's what? All right, go ahead and send that through, Ox, for the good people.
Oh no, because he's definitely a less. He's gonna go less on something. Go less on PRA.
That's how we rocking today, y'all. Once again, download Splash Sports. Use code CHOICE. Get a 100% deposit match, 100% quick picks boost, and also make sure to join the tiers contest. It starts Saturday, and you have an opportunity to turn $5 into $2,000. We'll see you in the winner's circle. It has been fun. It has been real. All right, fellas. We got another game to get around to, but before we do that, I want to go ahead and read some super chats. I know we have a $50 super chat from a Hall of Famer by the name of Can We Change Subject? Can We Change Subject said, I just saw the segment you guys did about PG and Michael Beasley versus Larry Bird. Well, let's not forget, according to Beasley, Bam is a one-on-one beast. So I would say Bam is greater than Larry Bird in one-on-one.
Because Michael Beasley said so. All right, that's what's up. No doubt.
We go defer to the greats when it comes to stuff we don't know about.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So, all right, I'm here for it.
Where can they watch that one run?
Yeah, where can they watch that one?
Where can they watch
like
that segment?
The segment? Oh, I mean, all you got to do is become a member, and then when you become a member, you'll have access to the members-only streams, and then when you do that, you'll get an opportunity to, watch all of those good segments and clips and whatnot. Also, too, for everybody who is a member, we have some delicacies coming your way here very soon. We will be starting our members-only streams very soon, and obviously, you got to be a member to watch that, but, we have a certain thing up here called Hall of Fame Fridays. And you got to be a Hall of Famer to come on the stage during the panel, all of that good stuff, every Friday. But for our members only stream, all you got to do is be an all-star. And if you are an all-star, you could come up here, kick it with us, get off your takes, talk ball with us, and ultimately join the panel on a members only stream. We will get that information out to you guys soon. When will be our start date? What will be the days and all of that good stuff? Soon, y'all. I'm telling you, we got a lot of good perks coming for our members here very soon. But I'm going to run a poll. Bam versus Larry Bird. I want to know how the people feel about that.
If Bam gets 5% of the votes, I think that would be astronomical.
Like dude just said in the
Bam's
chat.
going to get like 40% of them because
like dude just said in the chat that I think Larry Bird is invincible. No, I don't. I just think he'll bust Bam ass though in a one-on-one. That's all. I don't think
a lot
he's
of people ass.
I think he'll bust Bam ass one-on-one.
Jay,
As long as everyone knows Michael Beasley would win, I don't care about anyone else. But
that's all I'm saying. I don't think Larry Bird is invincible. I don't think that at all. No, no way.
There's a lot of kids in this chat,
LeBron one-on-one?
They got him.
You think Larry Bird would beat LeBron one-on-one?
No, I don't.
So that by transitive property, that means he wouldn't be Michael Beasley. That's
property. I love that.
by
transitive
property, that means he wouldn't be Michael Beasley.
So because you can't do this, you can't. Okay, I got you.
He can't beat Braun. Michael Beasley beat Braun. Michael Beasley beats Larry Bird.
We talked about this already, Mars. That's not how basketball works.
It's really not. It really isn't. It's not the way basketball works at all. It's not.
All right, the next super chat I got is from CK0503. CK said LaMelo had a terrible shooting night and he didn't hijack the offense yesterday. His playmaking was elite and he kept them in the game in the first half. Him and Bridges, LaMelo did get everybody involved.
Well, you don't have to. You can still take the rest of these guys out of the offense without LaMelo hijacking the offense. I mean, with me making him more of a one-on-one player, I don't think that that's him hijacking the offense. I just think that that's just him being aggressive. And because he isn't throughout the course of the season, we've seen it. He isn't good in the 2-point range. He isn't good consistently as with his floaters. He isn't good at finishing at the rim. His 3-ball isn't that good. That's not him hijacking the offense. I'm just making him more aggressive as a one-on-one player. That's all that is.
And there's going to be part of it where there's certain players where you have to give them that chill. You have to live and die by sometimes their gifts. And watching LaMelo reminds me a little bit of Russ in his prime, where Russ at his best would actually have 3 or 4 turnovers because it meant he was ultra aggressive. You know what I mean? Like that. There's certain things that happen where players have to be given that. You know, you got to trust in that.
I don't hate that comparison really quickly, Ron, because I know how you feel about Russell Westbrook, and I think Russell Westbrook is great. But I do want Russ scoring the basketball if I'm a defender. If I'm a defense, I want Russ getting downhill. I want Russ attacking the rim. I want Russ put in one-on-one situations because I know that ultimately he's going to give me a chance to win.
Yo, while we're here, because earlier I was going to say I don't think that you could win with LaMelo Ball as your point guard. But I want to ask you guys, though, do you guys think that, and I mean, I'm not just talking about with this team. I'm talking about ultimately if they continue to rebuild, kind of how we were talking about doing with the Heat around Bam. If they continue to rebuild, do you think that they can win with LaMelo Ball with his deficiencies? Obviously with his strengths too, but is he an NBA point guard that can lead you to a championship?
You got to put the right pieces around guys
leading
like
you
that.
and being able to win are two different statements. I think he can be on a team that wins.
What's the difference, Mars? LaMelo Ball is your starting league
Mario
guard.
Chalmers was a point guard on the championship winning team.
That's an example, sure. What's the
He
difference,
lead
though?
that team.
No, James did, sure.
But with that,
Ron,
though,
do you mean
Mars,
more as like your best player?
Yeah, well, I mean, LaMelo couldn't just be a third or fourth option. He would have to be your first or second option.
Why?
Just the way he played, based on what I've seen. At one, I think he's too talented, so he would have to have the ball. 2, I mean, what team would you put him on and he would just automatically become the fourth option?
You put him around scorers, I think Melo has no problem deferring. Now he's gonna have the ball. He's the point guard. He's the best passer on the team. But yeah, I think Melo on this team damn near defers to guys when they have a like. He's looking for Con. He's looking for Brandon Miller. He's looking for Miles Bridges when he has mismatches. He's just like Melo. If you put him around scorers, he's gonna pass the ball to them.
He had 10 assists last night.
The only reason they weren't winning before is because Melo had no scorers around him because Brandon Miller was hurt. Miles Bridges got suspended for obviously we know what, and then Con Knipple weren't even on the team. So Melo out there passing to Tijan Salan and them. But even then, it's like when Melo's on the floor, offense is good. So yeah, I think Melo has no problem deferring. I don't. Melo's probably more of a passer than he is a scorer, in my opinion. Like just the way he plays the game, he can do both. I think he's a better passer than a scorer as well. But yeah, I think Melo is perfectly fine deferring.
And Ron, there's a style of play that when you have LaMelo Ball on your crew that you have to play. Like you got to play fast because he's not one of those league guards that you want to be walking the ball up or you want to consistently get in half court. No, you got to put players around him like Miles Bridges, guys that'll get their feet moving, get their hands busy to cause turnovers to speed the game up because I think he's one of the better transition guards in the game. So that's a style of play for him specifically that'll just make our team so much better. And then now at 6'8", a guy who can get to the rim, he might not be the best at finishing. It's going to be hard to just turn him into now a primary distributor, and then that's it. No, you got to let him. You have to be able to give him that free reign to score. Otherwise, you're going to screw him up.
So do y'all think?
I can't see it yet, Ron. I can't see it. I think he has a lot of areas to improve. Yeah, I think if we're talking about right now, I think the team would have to be, to Chill's point, almost near perfect. I think that the play can be a little bit erratic. I think he's very talented, but he's unorthodox. I think the defensive stuff is real. Like he's going to be picked on throughout his whole career, even though he's a big guy and he's long. I think there's a lot of things right now. There's also a possibility that Con just like flat out becomes better than him. I think that's a real possibility as well. So it'll be interesting how this develops, but as of right now, I think you'd have to get almost a perfect team around him to genuinely compete.
Yo, Jay, what do you think?
I think you could absolutely win LaMelo Ball. I think that his best, like Mar said, his best attribute is his playmaking. He really does find his guys when they have mismatches, which is awesome. I think you want that from your lead guard. And like you said, I think he's just too talented for him to like play the back row, but he can easily average 20 like he does right now, 20 and 11, and have guys like Brandon Miller be the main guy. Concanipple, I think Concanipple also might ultimately be better than him as well. So scoring the ball at least. So I think that you can absolutely. I think that this team right now with the core they have, given 2 years and an extra core piece, would absolutely be able to win a championship with LaMelo Ball being the guy.
Okay. The next super chat I got is from another Hall of Famer. $20 from Teddy Hart. Salute to Teddy Hart. Hey, Big Ox. What do you think about LaMelo Ball as your starting point guard? Can you win a championship with him?
Ox, you see why I be straight like wanting to just put him in the chokehold? You see why, right? Every time I see him, you see why. Absolutely. I just want to make sure that you see why. As you were saying, big fella.
Yeah, I think if you put some 3-and-D wings around him, some guys that can shoot the ball, but also play some very good defense and a lob threat down low. Some rebounders. I don't see any reason why you can't win with LaMelo. I was really low on LaMelo, and people kept trying to tell me, well, it's just because he doesn't have good talent. And I was saying, well, he still doesn't play good basketball. But I think he showed out this year. I think he showed out with this good roster around him. And if these guys keep getting better, I could see this team that he has right now eventually contending for the East. So yeah, I don't see any reason why he can't win.
It's incredible how players look different when you put them around better players. And I was an advocate of you can't win with LaMelo Ball because I thought that his erratic play, I thought he was out of control. I thought his shot selection sucked. But then you put him around some competent offensive players. You put him in a system where his skill set can thrive, like what they're doing in Charlotte. You know what? Maybe we got something here. I think we got something for real here. So it's incredible what happens when you put guys around a player that's of LaMelo Ball's character, and you're able to win with a guy like that. So, and on top of that, Ox, we got different information, so we don't have to stand on what we said a year ago, 2 years ago. We got a different crew. This isn't a situation where you said he sucked, you said he can't play point guard, so stand on it. All right, okay, sure.
And coach and chill, coach be coaching. You know what I mean? So,
yes,
and I think Con and Brandon Miller are just going to continue to get better. I mean, I would assume that they got some improvements to make, so I don't see why not, y'all.
And tomorrow we will be doing our first, second, and third team All-NBA teams. So I'm interested to see where LaMelo Ball is going to fall. Is he going to be second team? Is he going to be third team? Is he going to make no teams?
First team, you said, Mars?
No, he didn't say first team, but he does. Mars thinks he's all pro. Yeah, he does.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, got to get that young man some media training, but.
Hey, can we get this dude to figure out how to talk to people when the microphone and the camera's on?
He look good to me,
my man. You are not talking to your homeboy, okay? You are not at the YMCA talking to your homeboy. No, you're not, my dude.
But that's how the game is evolved when guys talk to the media. Now it's so much more natural and so much more fluid.
The game has.
He got the chain yesterday. Chill. He got that playmaking chain.
That chain was fire too.
I don't know, man. I had to do something. I fucked the game up. Okay, that's what you say to your homeboy in the Y. After we just came back.
Jay, that's crazy.
But Ant does the same thing, and we go, oh man.
No. We don't do the same thing for Ant. Ant needs serious media training. Absolutely, he does.
Ant in the face. When he be like,
I was somebody understand.
He's like, rob my nigga. Like, come on, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Ant and LaMelo need to sit next to each other and go to Saturday school until they get it together. Straight media training. But the chains, all that, like, I'm not. Wear what you want. Like we're already past that.
Sure.
We're past that. Hey, gentlemen wear suits, but whatever though. Right. Wear whatever y'all want, but you got it. You know what I'm saying? You got to clean it up a little bit.
David Stern is turning over his grave right now.
That microphone is
absolutely.
on. So
absolutely.
That camera is on, Jay. That microphone is on.
You see that red light right there?
What are you doing, yo? LaMelo Ball, honestly, He said, I had to do something, I fucked the game up. Like, okay, we know that. He's telling you the truth. He is telling you the truth 100%. But I'm like,
he doesn't know how to come out there and say, I didn't play well. I may have turned the ball over. I fouled a bunch. I shouldn't have fouled as much as I did. I didn't look very, that's hard to say for a lot of guys, And LaMelo, we watched him grow up. He didn't grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy's going to come out and speak like that. We saw him grow up from 14 years old to 13 years old to right now. Like
he's still doing it.
Well, we saw what they wanted us to see. You know what I'm saying? We saw what they wanted us to see as far as on TV. I'm not gonna do that. Like, oh, you shouldn't be talking like this because you had a house here. I'm just saying, but when that light comes on in that camera, you got to clean it up. Bro.
That camera's on, Ox. That microphone is on, yo. Look, that red light is on. They can hear you. What are you doing?
I'm with Melo on that one. Be you, Melo. Shit, we be you.
Teddy Hart, a Hall of Famer.
The YN energy, you gotta love it.
Sent through $20 and said, Mars, did Miles Bridges do anything to make you rethink him being the most expendable member of the Hornets' young core? Before the off-court stuff, he was on an all-star trajectory, in my opinion. What does the panel think? Don't trade him unless it's for a big fish.
No.
Miles been nice. Miles really messed up his money. You know what I'm saying? By not using his head and, being calm, whatever happened, he really messed up his money there. Miles was absolutely trending upwards. And
Miles, you can straighten me out with this because I'm not sure if I'm following you, but what it sounded to me like Miles isn't bad. It's just with the group that we have here and the direction that we're going in, you are the most expendable. We got a young group here. We got LaMelo turning into the point guard that we always thought he was going to turn into. We got our sharpshooter at 20 years old. In addition to him, we got this super athletic Brandon Miller. We got a big guy in Musa. We got a backup in Con Knipple. This is what we're building around. That doesn't mean that he's whack, but that means that if something had to change, he's the guy who's the most expendable of all of the guys. That doesn't mean that his game is whack, though.
Yeah, I never even said I'd trade him. I just said he would be the most expendable. Nothing he did. Other than the defense was a lot better than it usually is, but give him credit for that. But everything he did offensively is stuff I knew Miles Bridges was capable of doing. Now, it all came together in one game, and he was a little part of the win. So once again, you give him credit for having a great game. But no, I said already when I spoke about their chances in the playoffs, Miles Bridges' ability to attack mismatches was going to be key for their ability to win series. So him being able to do that, punishing Tyler Hero, punishing Davion Mitchell, I already knew he could do that. Him being able to make catch and shoot threes, I already knew he could do that. Obviously, the stuff he can do at the rim, already knew he could do that. The defense was, like I said, the most impressive part in terms of things that he hasn't really done consistently. But yeah, my whole point about Miles Bridges being the most expendable is based on the flaws the roster has. I'm not trading LaMelo, Brandon Miller, or Con to acquire the things to make up for what they do, because I value their 3-point volume. Obviously, they're younger. LaMelo being the point guard of the team. So if I had to get rid of anyone, it would be Miles Bridges. But that doesn't mean I'm actively looking to trade him. It was just he would be the one I would put in trade packages if I had to. So yeah, nothing changed.
There's about 26 teams out there. Like, please,
yeah.
I hope y'all do.
Yes,
and there's not many people I would trade Miles Bridges for. To be fair, like I'm looking for a very specific archetype of player if I'm trading Miles Bridges. So there's not many people I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just trade Miles Bridges for X players. No, I don't need that player. I want a player who can do this at a really high level. That's why I'm willing to trade Miles Bridges for. If I can't find that, then I'll just keep with what I got, and then we'll see what we can get in the draft or whatever the case may be. But yeah.
Can we stay right there, Miles, considering what's going on with this roster and the kind of architect that this roster is? What kind of player are you're moving off? Let's just say for the sake of argument, there is a trade package. What kind of player are you looking for if you're moving off of Miles Bridges?
Kind of basically what Miles Bridges does, but better. Like, I'm looking for someone who can be physically imposing, can carry the burden of a lot of our 2-point scoring. Can attack mismatches, ideally has a post-up game I can go to reliably. Probably a better passer. If I can if he can shoot, that's a bonus. But like, I'm looking at like Zion. Like that's what I'm willing to move Miles Bridges for. It's not, oh yeah, let me just trade Miles Bridges. Like Pascal Siakam, if I can get him. Like that those are the caliber of players.
Bron?
Yeah, like yeah, shit, Braun. Like give me Braun. Yeah, there you go. Like, Kevin Durant. Like that.
No, that's what I was thinking.
I think Andrew was interesting.
I'm not taking. No, I don't want Scotty Barnes. No, thank you. But like that's the type of archetype of player I'm looking at. So yeah, there's not many of them in the league. So Miles Bridges probably ain't going in.
Because Ox, what it sounded like to me when you just said there's 26 teams out there that's rubbing their hands. I'm sorry, did you say y'all broke up? Is that right? Would you like to go have a drink so we could talk about this?
Y'all ever get on Instagram and see that? Like, oh,
really? Is that right? Y'all broke up.
Is Bridges better than Tobias Harris?
Is he?
Ox, that's unfair to ask you. That is unfair to ask you about Toby, though. No.
Hey, people are high on Tobias.
I'm low on Tobias Harris, so obviously, yes, Miles Bridges is.
Ox ain't low on him. Ox thought that he should have been an all-pro.
Oh, damn.
So Ox is a little bit different on him. So Ox thinks that he should be playing at like a third-team all-pro level. So because he doesn't play at that level.
I think he had one season where he was looking like, okay, he's going to be one of those third team. Yeah. He had one season. Other than that, he's been a bum. And the worst part about it is his shortcomings. They blamed on Joel, James Harden, Ben, everybody, and he was just standing around there, just you just right there flying under the radar. Like y'all blaming everybody, but this him right here, y'all didn't see what he was out there doing. Not shit. He's 6'10", playing like he's 6'5". Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think
he's way better than Tobias.
I think someone
Miles
like Wiggins
Bridges
maybe
is one of the most
know.
underrated players.
He was really before Ron. Before he got into that nonsense that he got himself into. I mean, he had left that money on the table because he was going to be up for a max deal. He was playing really well. He was like 22 a game, something like that. He was one of the better wings in the game. He definitely screwed the money up.
He averaged 23 straight seasons, though. He averaged 20 plus, and like he's one of the better off-ball players in terms of cutting.
Yep. One
of the better transition players, and my thing is like I don't even want to keep bringing that up. Like he didn't get that contract. That didn't happen. Sure. I'm just talking about Miles Bridges now. Like it's the reason why this offense is able to do what it does. Obviously, LaMelo spearheads the offense. Obviously, you got two crazy sharpshooters, two guys that could put the ball on the floor. But we really overlook what Miles Bridges does. Miles Bridges, he's one of those pieces that unlocks all of that in terms of his flexibility, his ability to not just drive, his ability to finish over the rim, his ability to, still catch and shoot, his ability to score off the dribble. Like he does a lot. He's almost like a Swiss Army knife for this team in a way.
The utility guy.
Yeah, like
he's gotten better as well. He was like all athleticism at one point. Like his game became a lot more polished over time. Like he needs a lot of credit for that for sure. Yeah.
Ron, I brought the money up. I brought the money up in the contract up, Ron, because that's the kind of player he was, not because he was just going to get paid. I brought the money up because he left that money on the table. Like, I'm nicer than $22 million. I'm nicer than this kind of money that y'all putting on the table. That's why I brought the money up.
All right, the next super chat I got is from Drink More Water. Drink More Water said the best thing Charlotte did this game was how little they turned the ball over. For a bottom third regular season team in turnovers per game, they only had 6, and Khan had half of them. 113 shots in a playoff game / play-in game is a lot.
Nuts.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy about that is when me and Till spoke last week or the week before about how they would look if they played the Knicks, right? If that happened to happen, and if I would like that matchup, I said that the Hornets are going to look young when they play, right? They're going to look young when they play in the playoffs because no one on that roster has ever played an important game ever, right? So they're going to look like that. And what I really thought coming into this game was they were going to miss a lot of threes, but I also thought they were going to turn the ball over, which they did not at all. And that looked crazy to me. I thought that was insane that they barely turned the ball over. So they looked really good. I think LaMelo had maybe like his first 2 or his first and his last one. Yeah, they looked like, like little bonehead turnovers. But outside of that, they looked awesome. They took care of the ball really well.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that's always benefited Charlotte and not just Charlotte, but any team. Like if you take care of basketball, you got a good opportunity to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the thing about Charlotte last night, in addition to turnovers, because y'all dudes know how I talk about, bad shots also can lead to turnovers. They got a lot of good looks. So because they got a lot of good looks, I think that also helped their offense, in addition to them not being able to turn the ball over.
Yeah.
All right, the next super chat I got is another $20 super chat. And also, chat, I know that there was another game last night. We will be talking about the Blazers and the Suns here in a second. But I got one more super chat. This next one is from MoreU789. MoreU said, is there a free agent wing you guys would like to see on the Hornets? Also, how about the Spurs? If money didn't matter and you could give them both free agent wings, who would they be? These teams would be juggernauts if they upgraded there.
Wait a minute.
Let's see.
Ron, let me make sure I'm understanding this. If money didn't matter and you could give who free agents?
Hornets and Spurs, he's saying.
If I could give them
So
free
you want to
agents,
upgrade
who would it be?
Harrison Barnes
I don't
and
wanna-
Miles Bridges, essentially.
Shit, LeBron.
That's what he does.
Oh, yeah, Mars. You can say that about anybody, really.
Yeah, give me Braun. That's the only one that's really moving me right now.
Okay,
This
I'm
is
not mad at KD too, though.
2026.
KD on both
KD a
teams
free
would
agent?
be insane. Nah.
I don't think so. Yeah, he just talking.
So this year,
Um,
this year's free agent, let me see. here.
Damn, they suck. God damn.
Yeah, the free agency is not compelling this year.
Yeah, it's-
Except for Kobe White, and nobody's talking about how crazy Kobe White was last night. Not just shooting the ball when the Hornets needed it, but my favorite part about Kobe White is that he got on the fucking boards, man. That guy had like 6 boards, 5 boards. He got on the fucking boards, and I love that shit for my guards, especially the smaller guards. When a smaller guard gets on the board, I will come up here and rave about them all day. Small guards get rebounds, and I'm down to talk about them, man. Kobe White looked good last night. He looked so fucking good. He got a key steal. It was a point in the game, I think late in the third quarter, when I was like, damn, the Heat are just outplaying the Hornets right now. I think this is where the Hornets start to look young and the game might be over. But Kobe White had a key steal. He hit, I think, 2 threes. He came down. He scored the ball well down that stretch late in the third. He looked fucking – I kept thinking, like, chill, like, this dude looks awesome right now, right? Like, at the
He
end
dominated one of the game. Yeah.
at the end of this third, he kept them in it for sure in the end of the third. And in that stretch of the fourth, he looked really good. So shout out to
He
Kobe
banked
White.
in a 3 and then got on the Heat. Like, it's just, I guess.
Big shout out. And he had a key steal. Hey, Kobe looked good last night, man. He looked real good.
Like,
man.
Probably the most
Better
underrated
rookies
deadline
in the
move in the league, I'd say.
And whoever picks him up in free agency, right, he could really make a difference on a team that right
Charlotte
now
gonna try to
is
keep him.
retooling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they better
Charlotte gonna try
resign
to
him.
keep him.
They could, but I wouldn't be mad if they went a different direction and tried to build on more depth at if they
Bigs,
wanted
wings.
If they wanted a
Like,
bigger
Kobe
guy.
White, like he a great third guard to have, and he's from out there. So like obviously, if anyone's gonna
Oh,
want
he
to
is?
stay,
Yeah.
he from out there.
Yeah.
I know he from there. He obviously went to UNC, so like
Mhm.
Oh,
he
right,
got
yeah.
tied. He got ties to the area. So if anyone gonna stay,
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a guy like Kobe White. So yeah, I'll be doing everything I could to keep. Not every. Like, I'm not giving him 50 million, obviously, but like within reason, I'm doing everything I can to keep him.
Oh man, you gotta
in
pay
Charlotte.
that fee.
But if I'm another team, I'm looking to take him, right? If I'm like, let's say Minnesota, I want Kobe White on my team. I would love Kobe White on Minnesota.
No, they got Io.
If I'm Houston, I might drop a little bag. I ain't gonna lie.
If I'm Houston,
Houston
Houston
for
should have
sure.
dropped a little trade asset to get him at the deadline. That's what they should have did.
Absolutely.
because he went for
I don't
cheap.
know what they
Especially
were
for what he
thinking
went
about.
for as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went for cheap.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, I've been like throughout the episode, I've just been like checking like just little parts of the game last night, and I've brought this up before, and I'm really, really, really sick and tired of this part of the NBA. How are you in a tie ball game
And they shot a 3.
shooting threes? Like
Take a 3.
that's the
Oh, yeah.
best look you can get.
I said the same thing. Yeah,
It's probably the most confident.
That just can't be the best look you can get. And I'm just tired of it. It's not just him. It's not just this game. It happens all the time, bro. It's just terrible basketball.
Another thing,
if
Ox,
you,
as
if you
well,
can run
another
something
thing that
to
I've
get
noticed-
downhill, real quick, if you can run something to get downhill, you put a lot of pressure on the ref too. It's like I can go get something in the mid range or even get to the bucket. I can either score the basketball and the other team has to contest. They can't just let me shoot it. Like I could potentially get fouled. I only gotta make one free throw. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm tired of it. But go ahead, Demi. What you saying?
Yeah, and another thing I'm noticing is like the end of games, like we're not running anything anymore in the league that much. Like it's put the ball in the player's best hand, the best player, put the ball in his hands. Let's clear out. Chill. There used to be a time where you're taking that time out to draw up some very creative things to get off, and I feel like that's
Clean the whole right side of the floor out. Just go. Give me a break. Run something.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
these days the guys are so talented now. Like I understand it, but it's like, man, we can get some stuff, especially on a tie game. Like we can draw up some.
But see, Damien, that's the problem. What you just said, guys are so talented right now. Why does talent have to replace IQ?
It doesn't.
No, talent. When you're talented and then you do the right thing, it works out better. Like I like running sets and having high IQ isn't meant to replace talented basketball players. It's meant to emphasis, like put an emphasis on it. It's meant to, make that better. It's crazy to me that just because I'm a good tween step back merchant, that means that when it's a tie ball game, I'm not supposed to run a simple basketball set. It doesn't have to be something crazy, complex. It's just a simple set, something easy. Hey, maybe run a high pick and roll. Let's see what we can get out of a high pick and roll. One of the most basic things you could ever do in basketball. You know what I mean? I'm
not saying every time as well, but like let's mix up some stuff, man, every once in a while.
Yeah. Really quickly, guys. Really quickly, guys. I'm sorry.
Sure,
Ron, go ahead.
You about to change the subject?
Go ahead, Ron.
Just right quick. Part of it also is the person that you're ISOing. So Tyler Hero,
Totally.
he's more likely going to shoot a step back three, or a step back shot in general, and it's going to be a long shot. LaMelo Ball, he's going to shoot a step back three. However, and we're going to get into this, a guy like Deni Avdija, he's going to try to get to the bucket. And so like it all depends kind of on who it is as well. Sure. Like if and that kind of goes to my point with the Heat. Like I don't know how far we're gonna go with Tyler Hero being the guy that we have to ISO when the game gets close. Like it all like, yes, it is a 3-point heavy league, but also it does depend on your star because it is still a lot of guys. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, more than likely he's gonna go to the rack. Even Luka, like Luka may shoot a step back three, and it's a good chance he's going to, but Luka is still get to the hole too. So once again, Donovan Mitchell, it's a good chance he'll go to the rack. Tyrese Maxey, he might get down
getting there, Ox. He is getting there.
Oh yeah, there's nothing you can do.
But Shai hit that step back against who was that game?
Denver.
Denver. Yeah.
It was one against Denver. And remember, he hit the one that got.
And if they got it going, absolutely.
And then he hit one against Detroit with the offensive. Shai been getting,
which he been doing all game, by the way. He did that like 3 times that game.
And Ron, and you bring up Miami, and I know he missed those corner threes against Denver the other night, but you know who would have got that bucket? Foxy.
Right, I'm with you.
Foxy to that.
Since we on that subject, Ron, because we had just talked about like the Spurs and stop me when there's somebody that you like here. Mars, you already said LeBron James, but Zach LaVine, Trae Young, Harden, McCollum, Middleton, Porzingis, Hardenstein, Andrew Wiggins, Tobias Harris, John Collins,
My bad, Drew.
Draymond Green, Simons, Van Fleet, Kuminga, KCP, Vooch, Norman Powell, Sexton, Nurkic, Zach Collins, Rui, Bogdan, Dort, Herter, Mitchell Robinson, Reeves.
Ooh, Mitchell Robinson. I'll take Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, okay. Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson.
Okay, you liking that one? All right. Kelly O.
Spurs.
On the Spurs. Kelly O. Robert Williams III. Kobe White. Thibault. Mo Wagner. Kleber. I know you. I don't even know why I said him.
I love Max.
Luke Kennard. Gabe Vincent. Brooke Lopez. Quentin Grimes. Kelly Oubre Jr., Ayton, Looney, Fontecchio, Dimon, Benny the Bonehead, Ayo, Kendrick Williams, Sharp, Zaire Williams, Dean Wade. I actually like Dean Wade, actually. Al Horford, D'Lo, Jet Howard, Batum.
Let's just move to the NBA. And we know what we're talking about, Jay Howard, man. No, we good. This is the agency class, sir.
Well, not that it sucks much, but this is going to be where a lot of teams build on those pieces that they're missing, and then next season go out and get the guy. Next free is going to be
27 is
going to be
really
saving
good.
salary cap crazy this year. That's what's going to be happening.
But these are some pieces that you could build on.
In San Antonio than Charlotte, I think.
There's a couple cool names, but like no one. There's not many like big needle movers in that.
Don't be surprised if you see A. Wiggins on a contender next year, and then he pushes
like Tari Eason and Mark Williams.
I like
feeling that.
He got time.
I'm not that high on Mark Williams.
Andrew Wiggins on San Antonio would be great.
Would be man.
It's just a bunch of guys who are like, yeah, they cool. Like I guess, like little 12 mil. Like, now shit, that's life changing money for me. But NBA standards, obviously.
You know what that shit sound like, Jay? I'll go out with. I might smash a couple times, but I ain't marrying her.
But chill, this is the Spurs.
This a bunch of 2-year contracts.
I'm with you, Dame, because I don't know how we got to that analogy, but I feel you.
I'll smash, but I ain't marrying.
It's a bunch of 1 year with a team option.
Be careful. She might convince you.
No, I don't think so. No.
That's how I got a kid too. That's how it happens, bro.
That's exactly how it happens. I'm just here hanging out. Next thing I know, I'm getting called dad. Like what?
I got a tattoo out of nowhere. Just hanging out with this girl. I'm with you, too.
You was just chilling, Jay?
Where the hell did come from? Who are these people in my house? How y'all get here? What the hell?
Oh, damn.
Life hits you fast, man.
Damn.
All right, fellas. Well, we gonna go ahead and transition over to the next game. Obviously, we had a thriller in the first game between the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets. And right quick, before we move to the next game, the Heat are done. They're eliminated after their loss last night. They lost in the 9-10 game in the play-in. No. They will be going to Cancun or just staying in Miami. Miami's a good place to be. But the Charlotte Hornets will play the better of the Orlando Magic. And we'll just have to see if the 76ers can beat the Magic as well. So they'll play the better of the 76ers and the Magic. But last night we had another thriller between the Portland Trailblazers and the Phoenix Suns. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to usher this in by a super chat from none other than our Portland spokesperson and representative, DSG Piccolo, sent through $20 and said, Deni looked Goodwin in the eyes and said, may I have this dance? 1-4 flat to the Baja. Sent my boozer dreams to hell. Fairs. Shea Clamp book in the fourth. Book was grifting. Ron, you paid him yet? This is Kawhi and Ox's fault.
Man, we needed that, man. We needed that Phoenix Suns fade. Look, I'm not saying we can't beat Portland, but right now I'm like, man, I'm tired of this Portland
Phoenix
shit.
about to miss the playoffs and they won 45 games.
Absolutely.
That's some bullshit, Mars. I'm sorry I'm cussing, but that's some bullshit, Mars.
But why?
Because you know we finna spank Phoenix. That's why.
They weren't the better team in a game that mattered. Why is that bullshit?
That's because we did enough. We already had
they
a
were
play
better in 82 games.
That's why.
The 7th seed
had a play
the cookie
tournament.
crumbles. And we getting good basketball. We getting good basketball. We finna spank Phoenix too.
Yes,
Hey, shout out Jeremy Grant.
But now hold on. If they didn't beat Portland last night and they don't beat the Clippers, when do they play? Friday?
Yeah.
Does that make them? Do they deserve it though? But do they then deserve it if you don't beat a nice?
I think they deserved it when they won 45 games and got the 7th.
There you go. In the actual playing tournament, Mars.
Nah.
In the actual playing tournament. But Ron, I was thinking.
I like the play-in, but we need some tweaking. Chill.
If you can't beat the 8th and the 10th seed, do you deserve to be in the playoffs?
I think the criteria needs to be tweaked.
Here's the thing, though, Jay. Here's the thing, though, Jay. The 8th and the 10th seed, I beat them all year long. That's why I'm in the 7th spot. That's how I got there. So why I got to beat these dudes again? Why do I have to do that?
7-10, same thing.
See, here we go.
What is the record against Portland in LA?
Now,
Word, did they beat them all year? I don't know.
They were 2-2 against the Clippers. And they were 2-2 against the Blazers.
Hey, come on, that's a fucking toss up.
Fair fade.
And then against the Warriors, they were 1-3.
Damn.
Oh, get them out of here.
Better hope they don't play Steph in them.
You don't gotta worry about that, Ron. You don't gotta worry about that.
No, they gonna lose if Golden State somehow win. They're gonna lose to Golden State for sure.
What about the Clippers, Marsh? You think they could beat the Clippers?
I think they can. I think Phoenix are going home. Like, if they didn't win yesterday, I was kind of like, they're not. I'm not. it's done for them, in my opinion. But
y'all know Devin Booker. He's soft up top, so he's not gonna be able to shake this.
Devin Booker sucked yesterday. Go on, man.
Yo, it's funny you say that because I'm a usher in the talks again with another $20 super chat from Exalts. Exalts said this loss was on Devin Booker and Jordan Ott. Booker shouldn't be at the PG. He's better in his natural role next to a true point guard. Ott won't adjust, sticks to small ball, and ignores the paint defense. Also, closing over Mark is so dumb. Let's talk about it, fellas. Why did Phoenix lose this game last night?
Deni.
I mean, the Booker stuff. Yeah.
Jeremy Grant.
And Shea.
Jeremy Grant made some big ones for sure. Jeremy Grant made some big ones.
Damien, what were you saying?
I'm gonna say I think it's for Devin Booker. It's always interesting to me to see how players' personalities develop like over the course of time. Because watching Devin Booker play yesterday, I think his approach to the game is so much different than where he was in like 21 to 23. Because for so long, conversations around his game were focused on how his evolution would be making others around him better, developing as a playmaker. And I wonder if a bit of that has like slowly eaten away at his identity as just like a flat out scorer, because Booker isn't really someone to me who should be letting the game come to him. He should be one of the guys in the league that's consistently emptying the clip. He should be in attack mode 24/7. Nowadays, it seems like he lacks a little bit of that aggression. And maybe it's because he hasn't played with an elite point guard for a long time, so he feels some of that responsibility. But to me, it's a little bit worrying in a do or die game that there's a significant gap between him and Deni. When really Booker should probably be the best player on that court.
The reason why, Damien, is because we live in this dumbass era where every player got to do everything. And now we're going away from what I do the best. Now I got to be a distributor. Now I got to be a playmaker. Now I got to be this. Instead of, I'm a bucket getter. That's what I do. I get buckets. So if that's what I do best, how about we put somebody around him to help him do that and help him be the best at that? But, Ron, I got a question for you. My question to you, Ron, is have you ever gone against a guy who on the surface you looking at this dude like, I can deal with him. Ain't no big deal. But when you get out there, you're like, oh, shit, I need some help with this dude. This dude is a lot more difficult than who I thought he was. That's Deni Avdija. Deni Avdija is that dude that you step on the floor and you're looking at him on the surface. I can deal with him, no big deal. And then he starts to get to it. Then he starts to muscle you. Then he get in his bag with that handle and he's getting to the rim. I'm looking at Dylan Brooks' face and he looking around like, is anybody going to help me with this dude? Nope. Ain't nobody helping your ass, because the next dude that you go get, I'm going to bust his ass too. And you bring that help, I'm going to get off the basketball and I'm going to get Drew Holiday involved. I'm going to get off the basketball and I'm throwing lobs to Robert Williams. Deni Avdija, who, Mars, you said this to me before, and maybe you can refresh my memory. What did Washington give Portland for Deni Avdija? What did Portland give them? Like Malcolm a bucket of extra crispy.
It was Malcolm Brogdon and the pick that turned into Bob Carrington.
Bam.
So one's retired and the other one's second.
One's retired and the other one's gone.
That ain't even a bucket of extra crispy chicken. That is pork rinds in an open can of soda.
Somebody already drank the soda and gave it to me?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we should be grateful he's not rotting away in Washington. Like, he playing meaningful basketball right now. I remember I was trying to tell you guys when the Wizards were winning 4 games, Deni the best player on this team. Like Deni can go. And then obviously he went to point. I didn't expect them to be like they closed the season really well. Sure. So shout out to them. And like Deni looks like he's over his back issues. Like he was dealing with like back issues in like January and February, and like it really slowed him down going into All-Star break and right after. But now like we obviously saw him in Portland. I don't know what he had against the club, like 35 or something. And then we see him again last night. It's like, Deni is one of the best drivers in the NBA, and that's not hyperbole to say that. Like his ability to get downhill is like up there with some of the best. Like at his size, the ball handling, it's pretty much going right the whole time. But if you can't stop him from getting to his right hand, like we're gonna see what the Spurs can do. Like we're gonna see if the Spurs can do something. Obviously, we know who they have backline. We'll see how Deni deals with that. But like when he's able to blow back guards on the outside, like that says something. Like his first step is ridiculous. Like his like slow down euros, deceleration, like all the like gathers and pickups he has. Like there's a reason he's able to draw so many fouls. It's because he's got so many crafty ways of picking up the ball, whether that's low pickups, high pickups, euros. Like he's got so many different ways to find his way at the rim that he's kind of hard to stay in front of.
And to your point, Mars,
if he makes a couple threes, then it's like kind of just what do you do at that point?
Nothing. Really nothing, because now you got to make a decision. Now you got to either crowd him or you got to give him some room. And if you give him some room, he's 6'8", so he's going to blow by you. And I'm not, Ron, I have not been a big fan of Tiago Splitter. I think that his lineups could be erratic at sometimes, but I actually liked the offense last night. I like the fact that they moved the ball. I like the fact that when Robert Williams came into the game, I thought that I know this sounds ridiculous to some people, but his screen setting really threw Phoenix's defense off, because with his screen setting, now that allowed Deni to get downhill, and it shifted Phoenix's defense where they weren't able to recover quick enough, because Deni is wide open coming off that screen, to Mars's point, with his strong hand. He's wide open coming off that. He's either getting to that elbow or he's getting to the rim. So now when these guys set these screens, and now they're backing off of him, going under the screen, he's popping that long ball. So I'm looking at this Portland team last night and thinking to myself, are they going to beat these guys? But then Dylan Brooks hits a fall-away three with 8 minutes in the fourth quarter, and I'm like, I'm out. This is over. I turned the game off, Ron. I turned the game off. And
you don't watch enough Portland. You don't watch enough Phoenix games. That's what that tells me. You don't watch enough Phoenix.
I turned the game off.
He's been doing that all year.
When Dylan Brooks hit that fall-away 29-foot, I was like, they ain't beating these dudes. Nope, they're going to have to regroup. Only to turn it on this morning and have to rewatch it, and was like, wait a minute. Deni got going late in the game. Not only did Deni get going late in the game, I felt like Kamara, his defense on Devin Booker, making Devin Booker get off the ball and throwing their offense off, was huge for them last night. And this Deni just took the game over at the end. That was an awesome basketball game. Awesome.
Shout out to Jalen Green.
It was shout out Jalen Green. That's why.
That boy was hoping.
Yeah.
And redemption game for him after last year.
Now if you play Golden State in the next
the biggest game.
6 points.
Go ahead, Damien.
It was the biggest game of Deni's career, really, and he was easily the best player. And it took me all the way back to like 2020, because I covered that draft pretty intensely, and I remember it was the COVID year, and I remember in the virtual room after he got drafted, there was like hardly anyone in there, and it's incredible to see his developmental arc. I never thought. Did anyone really think he could get to this level?
I know I did.
I'm not gonna say this. Like, I had him number 3 in that draft.
I think that's you, Ox.
So I was high. Yeah, someone has like a echo.
That's not you, Ox. That's not.
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but
no, I've been on mute.
Oh, you're good now.
Yeah, Ron sucks. But I had him number 3 in that draft. Now I don't know if I would have seen him turn it into this. Like, even when he was in Washington, I liked him. I thought like the driving stuff was like really good, but I didn't expect him to be able to like power an offense kind of single-handedly, at least for the regular season. I still have my concerns about how this is going to look in the playoffs. Like against San Antonio is probably not an ideal matchup, but even just being this good to do it for a regular season, I think is a pleasant surprise. And if he adds a few more layers to his game, if he adds like an intermediate game, he adds like a sort of floater or something, and he gets back to playing the defense he was playing a year or two ago, you're looking at like an all-NBA like caliber guy, in my opinion. Now, Ron probably thinks he's that already. He's still not. Disagree.
I think so as well.
Okay, you two probably think he's that already. You three, maybe all of you. I don't know.
Are we talking about? I want to make sure I'm following you. Are we talking about?
I don't think he's an all-NBA.
I actually have him on my all-protein.
Okay, everyone up here except me. Okay, I'm in the minority. Everyone up here except me.
I don't have him yet. Probably. I don't have him yet.
But you think he's of that caliber?
I think he's just outside. I wouldn't be mad if he made the team.
Because of the injuries.
I don't think he's that caliber, but like he's also really good, and so.
I got Deni better than a lot of guys. I think Deni is easily a top 20 player and probably higher. I just don't have my list of guys, but it's some guys that I could just throw out off the top of my head. He's better than LaMelo. He's better than Scotty Barnes. I think he's better than Jalen Johnson. That's how good I think Deni Avdija.
I think he's better than Jalen Johnson.
Like, I agree with that. Deni Avdija as my number one option. It's very few guys that I would take over Deni Avdija as just the focal point of my offense. Our offense is running through him. Because once again, he's crazy out that pick and roll. We seen what his ISO game is last night. In transition, he's a blur. He makes the right reads. He could pass his ass off. Like the only knock is kind of how Mars said he doesn't necessarily have a go-to mid-range. But if he gets you on that block, so if he drives and you cut him off and he gets you on his hip, he can make a good turnaround move out of that. And it's just a 3-point shot is still iffy.
Yeah.
It's up in the air. Even though he will knock it down, though.
Is he going to be able to take a step back on the offensive end next year when Dollar come back?
Yeah.
Or
No,
I think he's better playing off of people.
right?
Is he going to take a step back?
He needs.
Whether or not he's going to, I
like,
don't know. Like, I don't know how they're going to run their offense next year. I don't. But he said, "Is he capable?" Yes, I think he's
right.
entitled.
And I'm not
better
saying he goes
suited to
from
do that.
because what is he? He's averaging what 25 this year, 26 something.
I think it went down to like 23 or
24.
Okay, so I'm not Ron. I'm not saying that next year he's going to be averaging 16. I'm saying is he going to be able to take? Is there going to be a little bit of pressure taken off his offensive load with Dollar? That's all I'm saying. You know, I think, and honestly, I think that's a plus for him. You know, it's that's not a bad thing or a knock. Or if he is he continue to be the first option on offense, and maybe Dame becomes a second third option.
Or it could work the other way up as well, because maybe he takes pressure off Dame. Like Dame's a bit older now.
Right.
Maybe
I mean, they can help each other out. I don't know.
Both.
I'm curious to know why y'all just writing this off. I think Portland can play with San Antonio. I'm not saying they win the series. I'm not saying they win the series now. I'm just saying I don't see any reason why this team they got healthy at the right time. Drew Holiday's been healthy for the past month or so. Jeremy Grant's back in the lineup. I don't see any reason why they can't.
I think the problem that we have, because to your point about them being able to hang with them, I think the problem that we having with San Antonio is San Antonio basically counters everything that they do. So when they go to that double big lineup, then San Antonio can go to that double big lineup too with both Wemby and Cornette. When they got those wings that they have in terms of Vassell and Castle, I mean, when I'm talking about the Trailblazers, when they got those wings with Sharp and why am I drawing a blank? Or not just Sharp and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on the other wing.
Who, Tamara?
Yeah, Jeremy Grant and Kamara. Well, and I do think that they lose a little bit of scoring, but I think that San Antonio counters that with their wings, and Keldon Johnson gives them a boatload off the bench, just like Jaime Jaquez does with the Miami Heat, and Devin Vassell and both Castle, who also defend at a high level, which those two other guys on the Trailblazers do not. So I think that everything that the Trailblazers do, I feel like San Antonio can counter that with everything that they do, not some of the things that they do. I don't think that they have one thing where we can go, damn, how are we going to stop this? Everything you do, we got an answer for it. That's why I think that goes the other way as well. Everything you said, I look at it like you could just say that in reverse. I think everything San Antonio got, I think Portland got an answer for that as well. They don't have any answer for Wemby. None. They have no answer for Wemby.
I think they're physical enough to be able to bang with him, and also it's kind of like
they're gonna put some wings on him.
Let him shoot. I'm Wemby. You stay out there and shoot the basketball. That's the style Portland got to play against him.
Are you doing the Boston strategy? That's what that is. The Boston.
Well,
strategy.
I think that should be everybody's strategy, Mars. I think everybody should do that.
That's what I would be doing.
Mm-hmm. But if we do that, right? If we do that and we let him shoot the basketball, Mike, he knows what you're doing. He knows that you're just giving me this. Well, I'm not just going to take this just because you're giving me this when I know that I can get other stuff. On top of that, Ox, to your point about physicality, I mean, Detroit tried to be physical with him, and he went almost 20-20 with them and, 3 or 4 blocks. So, I mean, Wemby can play physical. Portland isn't the most physical team, but they can be physical with you. And I feel like doesn't really turn the basketball over as much. Well, at least they didn't last night, but San Antonio can put them in spaces where they can turn the basketball over. And Portland's defense, transition defense, San Antonio's transition offense is going to be hell to deal with.
Stephon Castle can't guard, didn't he? You know that, right?
Stephon Castle, I don't think that there's many players who can guard him, but I think Stephon Castle's physicality, I think it can disrupt some of the things that Deni does, like his ball handling. I think that him getting into his body, using that strong arm, basically to throw him off balance a little bit, not fouling, but to throw him off balance a little bit, I think that could disrupt his rhythm in terms of his ball handling.
Yeah, I think he don't get in foul trouble.
This is
Deni Avdija
this is going to be a dog fight, y'all. This is going to be a dog fight.
Portland.
I got this.
I think they can get a game. I'm sorry,
Portland can match him on the wing. They got Kamara, Grant, Drew Holiday, Thibault, Deni. I think they're quite talented on the wings, and they're playing really good basketball right now. I just think, to Chill's point, they just have such a big advantage on the inside, and I think that's what's ultimately going to decide the series. But they can play them tough for Ox. They can play them tough. They're playing some good ball right now as well.
So
I got them getting a
games do
game.
you have to go?
I think they can get a game, maybe two.
I think it's.
You got to go into 7.
Yes, I think this is going to be a dogfight. This series is going. This is going to be. This was worst case scenario for San Antonio as far as matchup wise. You know what I'm saying? I think the Blazers absolutely can match up with the Spurs very well. I don't see this being a 4-game, 5-game series at all. There's not going to be a sweep in this one right here. This could be it can go 6, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 6, but I think this can go, if this goes to 7 though, if this does go to 7, I got Portland.
He's just trying to go to a second round series. That's what this is. He's just trying to go to a second round series. He's trying to see Denver or Minnesota. That's what he's trying to do.
Oh yeah, it's in the backyard.
Yeah, I respect it.
The Trailblazers, Ron, the way that they put this group together, because Scoot didn't look terrible last night. I actually liked what I saw from Scoot.
His defense was great.
Yeah, he actually he didn't look bad. I thought that he looked really good, and I think that his game last night was predicated on him creating turnovers, taking care of the basketball. And I thought that was good for the Trailblazers, because with a team like that, where you got a guy in Kamara who, when he'll crack the long ball, he can be like one. I'm not really relying on Kamara to crack the long ball like that. If I could get Scoot to give me some extra buckets, I mean, it really helps them. And then I get Deni to close the game. I mean, I don't think that you can ask for more from this group, right? So I say that to say, with them handling Phoenix the way that they did last night, I like the competitiveness that they'll have against San Antonio. Now, Mars, I will tell you this: Jalen Green had that mid-range working last night. I was loving it. He had that mid-range working last night. Me and you had this conversation, and you actually ran down the numbers to me when he was in Houston, and it wasn't good. But he had that mid-range working. He was creating space. That's why I turned the game off. Because when Dillon Brooks cracked that 3, and right before that, he had ended up hitting a 17-footer where he created like 4 or 5 feet of space. I was like, nah, they got this in the bag. Because I liked what I saw from Jalen Green last night. I loved it. His shot selection looked a lot better. In addition to his shot selection looking a lot better, he actually looked more engaged on defense. He's not the best defender, but he looked more engaged on defense, and it worked. But they just ended up falling apart at the end.
Shot selection looks good when they go in.
Depending on who it is.
That's why the Booker performance. That's why the Booker performance was so
on his long twos
disappointing.
This year, so it's definitely been a point of emphasis for him. He said it preseason that it was the biggest thing he looked at working on, because he saw how his playoffs went, and he said him not having really that counter was something that he wanted to address. So small sample, obviously, he only played like 30 games, but 48% is definitely really impressive if it's sustainable.
My joint froze. I didn't hear what you guys said. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so last night was a good show of mid-range shot making. He was really he carried the Suns' offense for large portions of the game. Kind of disappointed in Book. I think Dillon Brooks came along in the second half. Dillon Brooks is just one of the worst people to ever watch play basketball. It just doesn't look pleasing.
Dillon Brooks think he nice as hell, Mars. He like, bring the pill over
nice
here.
As hell.
I'm the forget this dude.
Dillon Brooks do got game.
I'm the one.
Is nice as hell.
Bring the pill over
here. It just looks painful to get off. Like shout out to Dillon Brooks. Like he be getting to it from time to time. Like, his physicality, like the post up stuff is interesting, and like he can make threes and whatever. But it just looks bad. Like it just. The things I like watching when I'm watching basketball, Dillon Brooks is the antithesis of it. It's just ugh. But I mean, he made a couple big ones, like Chill said. That 3 he made when Book handed him a grenade. I think it was Book. Book gave him a grenade. He made that. I was like, damn, that was a huge shot. Mm-hmm. But obviously, Phoenix doing what they've done the last 2 months and just capitulating the clutch. It's been bad. Post All-Star break, they've just been losing close game after close game after close game. I don't know what's happened, but it just hasn't been good.
like we don't talk about the and again, Mars, I didn't watch as many Phoenix games as you did. I watched a couple this season. I didn't watch as many as you did. I mean, they did back into the play-in tournament. Didn't they lose something like 6 of their last 10 games or something like that, including like 5 straight at one point? Yeah, they weren't good.
I remember they lost 5 in a row, and they were all close games right when they could have made the push for the 6th seed. They like it was just everything started going wrong. The defense kind of tailed off. Like I said, the clutch stuff was really bad. I think they went 500 in March and in April. So combined, the last 2 months they've been 500 after starting the season 30 and 19. Yeah, they lost the game to. This is their 5-game losing streak. They lost to the Raptors by 7 in a game they were winning pretty much the whole time. That was the game where Jalen Green tried to dunk it and Scottie Barnes blocked him. They then lost the game to the Celtics, in which was nip and tuck the whole time, and then Boston pulled away.
That was a dog fight. That was like a one possession game. Yeah,
they got fried by the Timberwolves. I remember that game. Jalen Green was like 3 for 17. They then lost a 1-point game to the Spurs. That was the Wemby game winner. If you guys remember that, the jab and go mid-range.
The fade,
they lost by 1 in that game, and then they lost to the Bucks with no Giannis by 3.
They had no business losing that game.
That was the Kyle Kuzma 25-point game.
Oh my goodness, they had no business.
They lost all of these games, and the only one that was like in hand the whole time was the Wolves game in which they lost. Every other game, they either had the lead like late in the 4th, or were like it was a 1-possession game and the team ends up pulling away. It was ridiculous that they were just losing game after game close. They lost to the Nuggets by like 2. They lost to the Nuggets, and Devin Booker missed that like go ahead 3. He missed that. Like they were just losing so many close games. They lost to the Magic by like 3 or 4. Desmond Bane ended up having like 30 in that game. They got blitzed by the Hornets. I remember that game. And then they lost to Houston the other night in a game in which they were winning. And then the second half, everything just kind of went away as well. It's been bad. That's really it's been bad in terms of their ability to close games. And that's why I don't have them winning the next one either, because Jalen Green is gonna have a bad game. Like I'm 88% sure. Especially if it's Golden State. I'm 100% guaranteeing he's gonna have a bad game. And
don't worry about that, Mars.
And I'm praying for the Clippers to win. Like praying for the Clippers to win. Just because I know the Suns have a better chance against them. And I still think they're gonna lose. And then overall, just their offensive consistency just hasn't been good. The shot making hasn't been as great. They haven't been able to get looks at the rim as cleanly. They need Grayson Allen as well. Like he's like punch off the bench for them, and they haven't had him. So it's tough. It's definitely tough for Phoenix right now. I hope they make it because I feel like they've been good enough in the regular season to be a playoff team. But at the end of the day, if you don't win your 2 games, you don't win your 2 games. So.
Yeah, I've been disappointed in Devin Booker all year. You guys remember I was very high on Devin Booker. I called him the best shooting guard in the league for multiple years. I thought he was an elite player and all of that good stuff. This year, he's just seemingly taking a couple steps back. He hasn't been able to shoot the ball well, or at least, due to his prior seasons and stuff like that. And it's just like it hasn't really looked or been the same D-Book. And I don't really know what it is. I don't know if he is just regressing. I don't know if he was going through injuries. I don't know what the case is. Last night didn't look good.
How good would you think he was last year?
Ron, we were talking about before. Chill, you were talking about in preseason that this guy might lead the league in scoring this year.
I thought he was going to be that. I thought he was going to be that kind of bucket getter. Yes, considering because I didn't think that they'd be that good. I did not think that Phoenix would be that good. I knew that Jalen Green was going to be out of the lineup for a while, and I wasn't sure who Colin Gillespie was, and I just thought that he was just going to be their primary bucket getter, which he's supposed to be anyway. But I just thought he was just going to light the league up. I really did that. The reason why I asked that, Ron, is because like where did you think he was last year?
Last year, I still had him as the best shooting guard last year.
Like so last year and this year, like what's the gap between him this year and last year?
I don't think he's better than D. Mitch. I don't think he's better than Ant. He's taken a significant fall for me. I can't really. No other guys are really coming to mind right now.
JB, Jaylen Brown.
I think he was better this year than he was last year. So.
You think he was better this year, Mars? What makes him better this year than last year?
He wasn't one of the worst defenders on the planet.
Okay, so his defense got better.
Last year, his defense was egregiously bad.
The Suns are a mess last year.
So yeah, I think he was better. I think 24 was probably 23, like 21 to 24 is probably the best Devin Booker ever was. I think the last 2 years you've seen he's getting worse, but I think he was better this year than he was last year. I'm not gonna say I don't think it was that close, but I'm very comfortable saying he was better this year.
If you say that he was better, if you say that he was better this year than he was last year, Miles, it sounds like the situation was different. Like, if you think about they were, if you think about what they were defensively, like, does that change Devin Booker as a defender? Like, because Devin Booker was never really a great defender, but I saw him in the Olympics. It turns out Devin Booker actually can guard on the ball. I did see that. So then this season, now I got Mark Williams, who mans the paint. I got Mark Williams, who I know you're not big on.
Williams is not that good of a defender.
No, this is what I like about Mark Williams, and I'm not arguing that point that he's a good defender. What I'm arguing is that I think he stops plays. And what I mean when I say he stops plays, I think he's one of the better glass cleaners in the game. And I think that helps my perimeter defense, the fact that he's one of the better glass cleaners in the game. Last season with the Suns, I don't think that they had that.
Yusuf Nurkic don't rebound the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd probably say he's a better rebounder than Mark Williams.
Yeah, and there's other rebounders, just like there's other scorers in the game who are better, but they didn't score it as much, or they didn't score it at the level. And I felt like I felt like Nurkic, his motor was not good. Number two, I think his defense, because he didn't play defense as well, I think his rebounding suffered because of that. And I think that was one of the main reasons why I saw Devin Booker having to play defense more, because other teams were getting second chance opportunities against them. And I think that's one of the main reasons why Devin Booker, you saw him as the defender that you saw him.
I just don't agree. The Suns are one of the worst defensive rebounding teams in the league this year. I don't think that's why Devin Booker looks better on defense. I just think he was more engaged. I think his off-ball defense was a lot better. I think them forcing turnovers as a team helped them. But I don't think Mark Williams has anything to do with that. B, their defensive rebounding is probably worse this year than last year. I could check, but I'm fairly sure it is. I just think he's better on defense this year. Now, I do think defense, part of it is effort, part of it is going to be scheme. I do think all of that stuff is relevant. But that's why I said I think was better this year than he was last year. Not that he's a better basketball player. I think he's declining athletically. He's resorting more to having to
29
foul bait grifts in order to get like efficient offense consistently. He doesn't create as much separation as he once did. His 3-point shot is just very streaky, but he's kind of been that way for a while, especially when he's not playing next to a point guard who's able to create easier looks for him. If he has to generate a lot of his threes, you're going to see streaky shooting. But even like this year, like post All-Star break, post All-Star break, he was averaging like 29. Like Devin Booker is Devin Booker. I think last game I think people are over-indexing on last game. I think he closed the season really well. He was very impactful for the Suns to close the year. Now, they struggled as a team, but I don't think that's because of Devin Booker. I just think people are – I don't know what you guys think. I don't know how much Suns games you guys watch, but I think you guys are over-indexing on last night as like a indication of Devin Booker's problems more so he just had a bad game. He had a bad game last night, but I don't think it's emblematic of like, Devin Booker's not this, he's not that. I do think he's not the best two guard in the league. I think Ant has comfortably taken that crown, but I still think Devin Booker is really good. I think he's declining athletically. Yeah, I think he's regressing for sure. He's definitely not what he was in 24. I think he's a lot worse than he.
Well, he's in year 12 too, so you gotta remember. Like,
he's been around for a while and he's played a lot of minutes, but he's also like still 15, really good. I just think
something like that. 15.
I also think he's probably over leveraged in terms of they're asking him to do a lot offensively. Like they're asking him to.
He needs to play next to a point guard. Yeah.
I think I drafted at 17 too.
But they also just double team him a lot, so he's going to.
He got drafted
regardless of what position he plays, he's going to have to pass the ball a lot because they're going to double team. And that's what teams do. They double team him. They take the ball out of his hands. Even when he gets the ball off, like he's coming off the ball, he's going to see multiple bodies. And Devin Booker said it many times. If he sees multiple bodies, he's going to pass the ball. So whether or not we like it or not, or he's playing next to a point guard or he's not playing next to a point guard, he's going to pass the ball. That's just what he does. He was more off the ball this year than he was last year, in my opinion.
Well, he was off the ball because he had KD. I think that had a lot to do with it. The fact, I mean, KD had the ball a lot last season, and I mean, that don't get me wrong. You know, Bradley Beal was there, and he played, but I think they had more. I think he had more bucket getters around him than he does this year. I think that there's definitely more of an implemented system where you could get these other guys involved in the game more than they relied on him.
You can say it, Chill. KD stunted his growth.
Yeah, his time of possession barely changed. It was 4.9 last year, 5 this year. Like his time of possession barely changed. So like it's not really a on-ball versus off-ball thing. It's more. It's just he is what he's not going to get to the rim a whole lot anymore, and that's where most of your efficient offense comes from. He's a mid-range scorer. We know statistically the mid-range is the least efficient area of the floor. So when he relies on that to the degree he does, he's not going to be as efficient as these other guards. Like Ant is a 40% three-point shooter. Donovan Mitchell can shoot the three at a high clip, and he gets to the rim way better than Devin Booker does. He just has a more inefficient shot profile while declining athletically. Like it's just he's getting worse, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that per se. Like he's been around for a really long time. And he's still really good. It's just he's not really as good as he once was.
That's probably why I struggle with the whole declining thing, Miles, because I'm thinking to myself, I mean, what I'm getting stuck on is the 29 years old. That's what I'm getting. I'm not wrapped up in the fact that he's been in the league since 2015 and he's got 12 years in the league, and that's a lot of miles on you. I'm still thinking he's only 29. So how am I slowing down? In fact, at 29 years old, 28, 29 years old, I'm in my athletic prime. Why am I actually slowing down? But when you're consistently playing these amount of games and Phoenix is relying on him, not only just to be the ball handler that he is, but to be the bucket getter that he is, which goes back to my original logic. How about you just let me do my job and get somebody in here to do this job? Let me do my job and get somebody else in here to do this.
Well, they got him Tyus Jones, and that didn't go well. So.
Come on, man, some easy buckets.
I thought it was a great idea. And yeah, that did not work out. He was the best when he was running with Chris Paul.
You don't just stop at Tyus Jones though. Like, all right, Tyus Jones didn't work. If that's gonna be your logic to get him a point guard, you don't just get him one and say, oh well, damn, that didn't work. We're not gonna get him a point guard.
This kid Gillespie could play, Ron.
No, get him a point guard. Like if you couldn't do it last year, do it this year. If you can't do it this year, do it next year.
This kid Gillespie can play, Ron. He can play. Yes, he can. He can knock down an open shot. He actually is one of the better young floor leaders that I've seen in the league. I like his game, yo. This kid can play. He just doesn't know he isn't there yet. And when you're playing with a player of Devin Booker's caliber, the problem is that, we don't have 3-4 years. Like, you got to figure this out now. And that's the problem. And Gillespie isn't there yet.
Yeah, and chill also too, like, I know you're getting caught up on the 29 thing. People's bodies just mature and age in different increments. Like, not everybody's the same. Some people, like, I tell you guys this story all the time. I got extremely athletic at 24. I wasn't dunking at 17. At 24, I was windmilling, dunking on people, 360 and all of that. Like, my body just matured differently than everybody else. Yeah. Some people, some dudes will be 14 going through the legs and doing all of that. And then at 25, they're just done. Like, so you just never know. And, like, the thing about Devin Booker, like, it's not even necessarily the athletic decline for me. It's just, and part of this is due to, you could say, an athletic decline, but he just doesn't score it the way that he used to. He's not as efficient as he used to be, and he's just not that pure scorer that we seen when he was 22, 23, 24, 25. It doesn't really look the same. If you watch him, it almost looks like he's struggling to get to his spots. And and we seen it last night. It was evident last night. But just even all throughout the season, when I've been watching Devin Booker, he hasn't been as consistent, and it just hasn't been looked all that intriguing to me.
Which is crazy too.
That's my thing with D-Book. He shoots worse than he shot from the field since, like, I think his 3rd, 4th year in the league.
Now watch Mars. Watch on Thursday. He frying whoever it is, like the Clippers or Golden State for like 35.
I'm going to be here tomorrow. Devin Booker, is he the best 2 guard in the league?
I hope so. I love D-Book. D-Book's my guy, but
it's like I got these think pieces. Like, yeah, one game, like, people gonna have good games.
I'm not judging this off one game though, Mars.
I'm not saying you. I'm speaking generally. I'm speaking more generally. It's like, this stuff happens, man. Like, I'm lower on Devin Booker now than I was a couple years ago because, like I said, I do think he's getting worse. But I also, like, of all the problems in Phoenix, Devin Booker is not very high on that list, if he's even on it. Like, he's still really good. He's just not. I don't think he's like a top 15 player anymore. Yeah. But, like, here's what it is.
It's kind of how you are with Bam. Like, Bam is not the problem in Miami. Devin Booker is not the problem in Phoenix.
Yeah, he's not. Absolutely
no,
not. I don't think.
No,
I don't even think anybody's implying that he's the problem.
Yeah,
they're saying that he's not as good as he used to be. And even but last night though, like, the refs tried to save him,
which is kind of interesting too because they extended him. for 150 million. I don't know how your math works, Jay. That's 75 million a season. Going this way athletic.
Now, that might actually be the problem because he making a lot of money.
I'm just saying, Mars, we're going this way athletically, and if we're going this way athletically, that means that a lot of my stuff to play in the mid-range, Devin Booker jumps this high on his jump shot, right? That's been his game. So his game has been predicated on some flight and athleticism. So with that being said, his quickness, his ability to get off the bounce. Well, if that's not there anymore, and it's time to move off of him, you pick that phone up, Jay, and you're like, hey, how you feeling about Devin Booker? I like him. At 75 million, yeah, I think I'm good, my man.
I did forget.
New York's still gonna like it.
I think I'm good, but thank you though. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
New York's still gonna take it.
I appreciate.
No. We can't do that. We can't do that. We already got Mikal Bridges declining on defense. I can't throw Devin Booker out there now. Him and JB, I'll lose my mind.
I thought he was on the way to. I thought he was on the way to Detroit.
I thought that was happening too.
Detroit is a team I think could use him.
That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, oh my God, is D-Book the best two guard in the league?
Here we go, because you know that's going to come up.
Well, playing with a point guard changes things.
He probably going to be in Phoenix for the rest of his career. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's going to be hard to move that contract. Really difficult to move that contract. Considering I
wouldn't want to leave Phoenix.
But don't Detroit have some contracts they could use?
The way we talking about DeMar DeRozan, he going to be top 10 all time in scoring. The way Book going, he might break that list. He had 18,000 already. I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 30.
So he on the books this year for 53. Next year it goes to 57. The year after that in 27 it goes to 61. In 28 it goes to 64. And in 29 it goes to 69.
That nigga is getting
hang tight, bro. Kick it in the desert.
Crazy.
You good?
Damn.
Yeah, Arizona taxes is low too, I think. He up.
That could end up being one of the worst contracts in the league. Towards the end.
For sure. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but it depends on how he continues to age. When he's 32, 33, making that money, we'll see.
I doubt it will. All they got to do is get him a point guard. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer Jalen Green gonna be in Phoenix, but we'll see.
I don't think so neither, Mars. To be honest with you, and that's for real. I don't think he's gonna be there much longer anyway. It's either it would have worked if he didn't get that extension. So, it would have been easier to move off of Devin Booker and then move on with Jalen Green, but it's probably going to be easier. It's going to be less difficult to move off of Jalen Green than it is Devin Booker.
But hold on, because I think Detroit, low-key, all right, so Detroit has, on the books right now, they have Duncan Robinson at 15 mil. They got Karis LeVert at 14
trying to make the trade work.
I just saying, they got Isaiah Stewart at 15 mil. They got some movable pieces, right? They have, I think, $20 million in cap space to play with a little bit.
If I could get it done without giving up Asar, Jalen Duren, and obviously Cade.
Phoenix not doing that shit. No.
They're not.
I would look into it. If I could get it done. Now, if I'm Phoenix
are in a weird spot
but
now. Phoenix are in a weird spot.
No one expected them to even be in the play-in this year. Other than Jordan. Shout out to Jordan. Jordan thought they'd be above 500. But most people thought Phoenix were going to be mid this year. Bad. I had them the 10th seed. Or right outside the 11th.
They overachieved.
So why are we keeping the same energy with Phoenix? Because
they were better this year, Ox. That's why.
They're in the play-in chill.
Okay.
They're not even. They might not make the playoffs.
I don't know if pieces like Dylan
blow it up, right?
I know. I'm with you. The difference between the Suns and the Heat, the Suns don't have their picks because they traded all of them to get Bradley Beal and KD in that. So them blowing it up is giving
KD stunning his growth. Yeah.
Yeah, them blowing it up is just giving picks to Brooklyn. They're not actually benefiting from this. Or no, Houston I think have their picks. So
KD extra robbing them.
Yeah, so that's the problem. You blow it up, you're not even benefiting from blowing it up. So
but you would still get the trade pieces though, right? Maybe not the picks.
Assuming you get ample value, But I don't know what Jalen Green's value would be on the market right now. I'm not sure what Devin Booker's would be, and then everyone else on their roster is not extreme value. Maybe some contenders will give you late first for them, but is that worth tanking and giving other teams crazy lottery picks? I don't know.
Yeah, if you trade one of them for a couple pieces, you trade the other one for some picks. Then,
unless it's your picks back, I don't think
salvage something. Depending on what the picks are, yeah.
Hey, shit, man. Houston want Jalen Green back. Give us some picks. Come on.
They should want Jalen Green back. They should have never traded him.
Yeah. Well, fellas, I know one thing. Speaking of Devin Booker, he was definitely the third best player, maybe fourth best player on the floor last night. Shout out to Jalen Green. Shout out to Deni Avdija. They both put on the show last night. I'm excited to see what Friday looks like. But before we get to Friday, we have 2 games tonight. And I want to ask you guys, who do you believe will win these games tonight? First, we are going to start with the number 7 Philadelphia 76ers playing at home against the number 8 Orlando Magic in the East. Who do we have, fellas?
I'm with Jay. I'm already with you, Jay.
All right, we might as well just skip
Philly,
this game.
No Embiid. No Embiid, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they have no Maxi,
so,
I'd still pick them.
Maxi got us. What we talking about? Maxi got us. Come on.
If they had no Maxi Embiid, I'd still pick them.
Now, this playoff Paolo, this postseason Paolo, you better
Oh my
stay
gosh!
with it.
Yeah, if he doesn't have 5 turnovers tonight, I'd be shocked.
This is postseason Paolo. You guys gonna realize.
Oh my
You gonna have
god!
I was sitting there before my flight back home watching the Magic Celtics game, and I was like,
These
man, the
dudes ain't
the Magic,
serious.
the Magic is the type of thing that
They're
can
so
put you in
bad.
the
These dudes
hospital.
is not serious. Get these dudes on the floor.
That
Y'all
wasn't postseason Paolo yet.
We
That
talking
wasn't
about the Heat.
postseason
I'd
Paolo.
rather blow up the Magic right now.
The parade,
The Magic
yo.
need to just get a head
That's-
start
You
on
guys,
that.
that wasn't postseason Paolo, and he still had a triple double. So just wait,
God.
just wait. Postseason Paolo is upon us. We gonna be here tomorrow. Ron gonna be is
Orlando
Paolo a top
lost
20
their-
player? That's the conversation we're gonna be having tomorrow because how well Paolo gonna play. So
There's,
do it.
Yeah,
there's
Jamal
no
Mosley's
way
definitely
y'all
getting
think
five.
the
Jamal
Joel
Mosley's
Ellis.
definitely give.
There's no way y'all think the Joel Ellis Sixers beat the Magic tonight.
Why not? What do
They
the Magic
absolutely-
have
yeah,
that's gonna overpower the 76ers, who by the way who in my opinion have not been a bad team, have just dealt with a lot of injuries this year. And even their second string guys have held together for some key wins this season. So tell me why the Magic.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing with Orlando. Dealt with injuries this year. All that. Everything you just said. Is the
When
same
they
thing
were
with the Magic.
healthy, they still sucked. That's the problem. They were not good when they were all there. They sucked. They were not very
They
good.
just lost to a Boston team that had their rotation dudes, and they had their whole crew.
And their
maybe
third
you guys
stringers
just
out there.
respect Boston. I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here, Mars. They lost to a Boston
Right,
team.
I'm saying
that
like Boston.
they wrote-
Yeah,
Boston
well,
that's a good
sorry
team.
that
Hawks
Luka
was in the
Garza
G
was
League
good
too
enough
much,
to
though.
give you 28 or whatever he gave you. Not my fault. My team's good. Your
It's
team's
the Orlando team.
Let's not
is
respect
serious.
Boston, Oxus. Nobody played for Boston, and they could have had us.
You
sit
want to
out
say
there.
nobody?
You
Luka
call
Garza
them
played.
nobodies. Those are good players.
Ron Harper
Franz got a
Jr.
little head as
played.
well.
Not against
Taylor
the best
Shireman
squad that
played.
Orlando could put out.
They had no
They
business
could
losing
not-
to the Mars.
Come
They
on.
had no business
like-
losing.
In
to
your
that.
opinion.
No, not
You
in my
don't think
opinion.
Boston- you
They had-
don't think
and I
Boston is
watched
good?
Boston a lot this season with Luka Garza.
You ain't
like
watching
Jordan
enough.
Walsh.
That's the problem.
I
You ain't
watched
watching
Jordan
They
Walsh.
won. They won 7 of their last 10 games.
Yes, they
They're,
have.
turn-
what you
they're,
mean,
they're
no.
rolling right now.
Yes, they are with Jason Tatum in the lineup, with Jaylen Brown in the lineup, with
No, I'm
KD
talking
in
about
the lineup.
Orlando.
Well,
I'm
we've
talking
been
about
telling
Orlando.
you about the on-off numbers with Jaylen Brown all year.
Now,
You think
who
they
they
just came
play,
from nowhere? Guess what? Guess who was off the
They-
court? Jaylen Brown. You know what they did? Won a game. You know why? The team's good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Against
You
a
think
better,
the-
they
you
played
know what?
no, they don't come from
This
nowhere.
is
Mark,
48 minutes of
that-
off.
This,
That's what this was. There was
Even-
48 minutes of
even if
Jaylen
this-
Brown off minutes. And guess what they
even
did?
if
They
this
won.
is off minutes for Jaylen Brown.
team
Y'all-
wins games.
We shouldn't be losing to these dudes as rotation guys. We shouldn't be
You
losing
don't
to them.
think they should be losing?
No, it's not that I don't
You.
think that. Anybody doesn't
Boston
think that
better
they
than
should be
Orlando.
losing
So
to
guess what they did? They beat
them.
Orlando.
Boston
got
is better than
Orlando.
Orlando with their with
Give me
with
Orlando.
their team.
I also
They're
have
better.
Orlando. I
They
also
shouldn't
have
be losing
Orlando.
to them, man.
No, they have. They have. They have.
got a bland
Y'all,
ass offense.
you saying these things about you saying these things about Philly. They have an identical record to Orlando. Orlando's won 7 of their last 10 games.
We ain't doing that.
I don't. They've won 40. What we not doing? What? We not doing what? These dudes been injured just like these dudes all day. Y'all have not been keeping the same energy with certain teams. What? Why?
What teams have we not been keeping
I
the same
mean,
energy with?
3 of us have Orlando winning.
Well, right. I'm talking to Jay right now too, because he really just went in on Orlando. Like
Orlando sucks, man. I don't know how to I don't know how to
okay,
better
but
explain it.
Philly sucks too. So how come they can't beat another team that sucks just like them?
Philly is a
and
better
not,
team
not,
than Orlando.
not only does Philly suck, but they're playing without Joel Embiid.
Them playing without Joel Embiid is a big deal. That's the difference between them being a good team and being in the play.
Yeah, they don't have Joel Embiid and they suck. So
They're
why
still a
can't
better
this team?
without Joel Embiid?
And Orlando actually has their guys, and they still suck.
That's what I'm saying.
They
Phil. I
they,
don't
they
understand.
just got their guys back in see. So this is crazy because they won 7 of their last 10 games. Stuff like that used to matter to you.
Yes, they beat the Bulls, right? They
They beat the Pistons.
They beat the Pistons, right? Correct. I'll give them the Pistons, right? They beat the Pelicans. Right?
Okay,
They beat the Mavericks.
Hey, you be who you supposed to be. Hey,
They-
you
They beat the
who's on the
Raptors.
schedule.
They beat the Suns.
The Raptors, that's a playing team.
I meant the Suns. They beat the
That's,
Suns.
I mean, that's a
Playoff.
playoff
Sorry.
team. That's
the
a playoff
Raptors,
team.
The Raptors smashed them by over 40. I'm sorry. I meant to say the Suns. The
Oh,
Raptors
okay.
smashed
Okay,
them
my
by
bad.
40. Right? Like, come on. They're not beating.
And the Hawks fried them as well. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. What are we talking about?
But they not playing the Hawks or the
And
Raptors. They
please
playing
don't
the
leave
Sixers.
out.
They've been
and please don't
weird,
leave
man.
out how-
They're a weird
and
team.
Damian, please don't leave out the Charlotte Hornets dump truck them.
No, they beat.
Yeah,
no,
they're
no,
weird
they
team,
Chill,
beat.
man.
hold on, chill. They beat the Kings in a squeaker, so we got to give them that one because they beat the Kings by 4 in a game.
They
that,
beat the
that could have
Suns.
been anybody.
They beat the
Got the Suns who couldn't
Timberwolves.
close
They
a
beat
game in the last 2 months. Yeah, shocker.
Their offense is painful, man.
They suck.
I mean, they look. If you
But
look
their
further,
offense
they
has been
beat
bad
they beat the
for last
Cavs.
3 years. They've not looked good. They've looked this awful to watch for the last. And I honestly
When
was
the Magic played the Sixers right Embiid, they beat them by 40.
And I still got them tonight somehow.
No, I'm saying the Magic beat the Sixers.
Previous to Ox's point, so previous to the 7 out of 10, they had lost 6 straight, and one of those losses, 6 straight, which who they may have to see if they end up beating Philly, was to the Charlotte Hornets, who smoked them by 20, completely dump trucked them. And by the way,
that's why they should beat Philly, so they don't have to play Charlotte.
which would be, yeah,
if they can beat Philly.
by the way,
They can. They played Philly without Joel Embiid, and guess what? They had their season high in points.
blew them out.
They scored 140.
Charlotte legacy game.
When was that? Paolo
Yeah,
Legacy
like
game.
November.
Was Franz even there?
Nice.
No, France was there. This is when they were healthy. So Paolo ain't play, so that's probably part of it.
That was one of their
But
16 wins with
Franz
Franz,
looked hurt as
Paolo,
well
and
against Boston, by
Desmond
the way.
on the floor together this year. It was one of their 16 wins.
Point is, Philly without Joel Embiid.
Wait,
is
how
also
many
not a
games
good
has
team,
Franz
so-
played this year?
Over 30.
25, 30,
That's what I think it was 28. I think it was 28 games.
34. He's played 34. He just came back to close the year. It was 28 probably before the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
And we talked about this last time, Ox. In the stretch was Franz, Paolo, and Desmond. They are 16 and 12.
Yeah, okay. So that's 28
So
games.
what's
that they played
Philly
together.
with just Maxey and Paul George?
Sounds like above 500 to me.
That sounds like a.
That's what I'm saying.
Question.
That sounds like
Hey, salute to Damian for stirring the pot.
48 team win, a 48 win team to me.
Salute to Damian for stirring the pots. I know he's in a lot.
Yeah, that sounds like a team that wouldn't be in the play.
I know it. There's no-
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
exactly. That sounds like
Let's
the
actually
fifth
see
and
16 and 12. What would that be over 82?
But that's not how we calculate
like
basketball.
48.
They beat a 5 seed.
Mars, that's not how we calculate
Right.
basketball. We don't
They
do
beat
that.
a 5
We don't do
seed.
that, Mars.
They wouldn't
If that's not how it works, Jay, why are you doing that?
The Magic
Why
got
are you
them back
doing
to
that if that's not how it
20.
works?
We have. I'm talking about what we actually have. Not what hypothetically they were paid based on what they did. What we actually have to go on is what I'm going on, right?
Yeah,
that's what we're going on.
record, which
No,
would have
you're
been the
saying
5
if they
seed.
also played right, then they would also be the 5 seed. No, that's not how it works. No.
Hey, and Andre, just so you
16
know,
and 12
Andre
sounds fine to
Bowie,
me.
just so you know, Andre, no, I won't. No.
No,
not.
absolutely not.
In fact,
What are
I'm going to keep doing it just because you want me to stop doing it. No, I'm not. But go ahead,
what's
Ox.
Philly's record without Joel?
Let's see.
Woo! Philly's record without Joel. Yeesh. So
Uh-huh.
what they win on the season? 45. Okay, so with Joel, because Joel Embiid has played 38 games.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel Embiid this year was 24 and 14, which
Mhm.
means they went 21 and
They're 20 and 23.
21 and 20.
21 and 25,
my-
you said? So they 4
So,
games.
based
under,
on
so,
my
so under
calculations.
500.
So they 4
Yeah,
games.
based on my
500.
calculations, yeah, they would be 21 and 25 without
And the
Joel.
3
All
games
right,
that they
We have
played-
to add in the games that also Tyrese Maxey didn't play during that stretch, and they missed Paul
and the
George.
3 games that
Okay,
they played.
okay.
And
What's
Paul
their
George-
what's their
George-
record?
What's
What's
Maxey
their
and
record
Paul
with
George
just
record
Maxey and
together?
Paul George? Yeah.
What is
Well, Paul George didn't play
Maxey
25
and-
games this year, 30 games. a year.
So
All right.
you ain't give Franz that love.
Okay. But also, right? Also, let's fine. Let's do it. Let's do you guys a service and take the records out of it. Watch a Magic game. They fucking suck.
They're not.
You
Watch
were
a Philly game. They
horrible.
fucking suck.
Philly was very competitive throughout the year, even without their
So
best
wait,
players.
chill. You're trying to tell me that Philly doesn't suck?
No.
All right.
Orlando does.
Not as bad as the Magic.
You're the only one that thinks Philly sucks.
I think the Magic. You'll see tomorrow. I think the Magic are the worst team in the play, play-in period. I think
y'all doing this, and Joel Embiid is laid up drinking cranberry juice right now.
I got the Warriors over this.
No, he rehabbing vigorously. Thank you very much.
Right. You do know Joel is laid up with his feet up, eating chicken noodle soup right now, right? He's not playing tonight.
Don't disrespect appendicitis. I had my appendix removed. Don't disrespect. That shit hurts.
Ox, they just had to cut it.
Exactly. That's my point. Like, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Philly without Embiid sucks. So
okay, so Philly sucks. They don't got Joel. Let's stop acting like Philly is some great team without Joel Embiid.
They're better than the Magic. They don't have to be a great team. They have to be better than the Magic.
Not based on their record.
Orlando was garbage.
Okay,
they don't have to be better than the Magic.
Based on your eyes? Based on your eyes, are they better than the Magic? Fuck the record. Based on your eyes, using your eyes and your 20 plus years of basketball experience.
With postseason Paolo, hell no, they not better than the Magic.
Why do we keep bringing up Paolo Banchero? Why turn the ball over in every clutch moment in the playoffs? In every series he's been in, why do we keep talking about Paolo? Why?
There's not gonna be clutch moments. They're gonna be up by 25. There's no clutch moments to worry about.
I know what I see with Philly Mars. My God,
postseason Paolo averaged 28 for a reason.
I don't know how we can believe in Paolo Banchero when I watched this guy in Game 3 in a meaningful game against the Cavaliers turn the ball over and go fuck out loud for the whole arena to hear.
You know what I meant? That he holds himself to a high standard and was disappointed that he turned the ball over.
Fuck, was $1,000 betting on Paolo Banchero's stupid ass with that dumb ass turnover.
Okay. There's some economic loss.
A different monster, man.
No.
We gonna be here tomorrow. Talking about is Paolo the best young player in the league?
See, no, Mars, no, we're not doing that.
No,
we're not doing that, Mars.
And if we talk about that, expect a $50 super chat from me to say, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
What?
Tomorrow's payday.
You know what? I ain't even gonna defend Paolo. Paolo gonna just go out. He gonna do his talking on the court. I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I'm gonna just be sitting in silence. You guys seen.
In the post game, like I got to be better with the ball.
To turn up tomorrow.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you know why? Because he's gonna have 50 and he's still gonna say I need to be better. You know why? Because he that good.
Hey, you know what, Martin? You got me out of character, and I'm not gonna lie to do it any further. I shouldn't be screaming, and that's on me. And I'm not gonna like to push me any further than I've already gone.
We're gonna be talking about should Paolo make the All NBA team? That's what's gonna be.
Keep your money tonight.
John, this is what you started with, Mars. This is what you started with.
Because Mars, the number guy, has not put up one number to tell me why they're gonna be fucking better tonight. Not one fucking number.
Hey, postseason Paolo averaged 28. I don't know what to tell you. There you go.
Yo, I do also want to add this context behind the whole Philadelphia 76ers. So as of right now, and Shams reported this, he said that Joel Embiid isn't just expected to miss tonight's game. He's expected to miss the whole play-in tournament. So they would have to win 2 games. They would have to win 2 games without him. So, yeah.
Well, actually, they're not because they're going to beat Orlando. So after they beat Orlando, we ain't got to worry about the play-in tournament no more because we get the 7th spot. So
now, if they lose, then they got to win the second one.
Yes,
but if they win, they just got. He's still not going to be available for game 1, but if they win game 1, and then game 2 and game 3 and game 4,
that's some
you might even be back by the second round.
That is
it's always something with this dude. Always.
It comes back second round.
Always.
Second round. Damien, how they gonna get there?
They're not getting there. I'm saying if they get there, it'll be interesting.
That'd be the best case. That would be a really good thing for Boston because then they could really rest Jalen and Jason.
Jason into a flow too. Yeah, that'd be great for Jason actually.
Jason could play 15 minutes a game, just get loose. Jaylen Brown can play 5 minutes a game, just
all right.
Hang out.
Let's not get disrespectful.
Well, if we're keeping it a beam because Ox thinks that Philly is garbage, we could beat them without Jason Tatum.
Word.
With the Jason,
you still want him to play.
Yeah, he got to keep that leg loose. He got to keep it loose. You know what I'm saying?
And I love how Mars broke the 28 points per game average over the 12 playoff games, but not the 4 turnovers that he also averages. I think that's amazing.
How many turnovers is Magic Johnson average in the playoffs? Go ahead and tell me.
Turnovers?
No.
I need to know this.
How many turnovers is Magic Johnson average in the playoffs?
No, keep going, Mars.
No, because Mars is actually equating power in the playoffs to Magic.
gang gonna say some
Let's
shit.
take it a step further. Let's take it a step further.
But now all of a sudden, they're gonna be context, right? All right, cool.
He's a phenomenal 3-point shooter in the postseason too. So we should bank on his jump shot this postseason as well, right?
Yes, he's gonna be shooting 40 from 3. What we talking about? Yes.
All right, man.
It's like I ain't seen postseason Paulo.
Nah, man.
All right, fellas. So one more time, who do you guys have tonight?
Orlando.
All right.
Philly.
Nah, I don't want to believe it.
Jay, you got Orlando?
Yeah, it's a toss up, Ron. You got me. It's Philly, bro. It's no way.
Ox, who you got? All right.
Joel or no Joel. It doesn't matter.
That's so crazy to me. Oh my God.
All right, there you have it, y'all. But we have one more game as well that we will be watching tonight, and that is the number 10 Golden State Warriors playing against the number 9 seeded Los Angeles Clippers. Winner has the Phoenix Suns, but who do we have winning tonight? It is in Los Angeles at the Intuit Dome. Fellas, talk to me.
Get the Warriors off my TV, Ron.
I don't want to see any more Warriors chill, man.
Get the Warriors off my TV.
You guys are haters like the Steph Curry.
Nah, put myself
Hey,
through
guys.
with this shit. It's
Crazy.
like, I put myself through with this shit. It's like,
Get the
Wardell,
Warriors.
Steph
I think it's
Curry.
time.
I think anything is possible as long as you have Wardell, Stephen Curry.
And that's the
on
problem.
floor.
Yes.
And I think they
Yeah.
can do it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I got Warriors tonight.
Guys
I got the
say
Clippers,
It's
though.
cool though. It's cool.
I got the Clippers though.
Like they won 24-19 with Steph this year, but we just gonna say they suck because Steph.
Thank
is
you.
tired.
Come on, Mars.
And that's only because they went 1-3 since Steph came back, but that's because he was ramping himself up. So really, that 23-16 was Steph. But we just gonna act like they just.
That is so not how that works.
Mars, make it
We
so
just gonna act like
Jay.
they just suck because Steph was hurt. I get
Jay,
it.
you are being
Yeah, cool.
double duped. Mars duped you with the Sixers thing and turned you up. Now he's turning you up the other way with this whole Warriors thing.
He's making
like,
sense.
come on.
Mars
Hey,
makes sense, man.
he's running
We just gonna
circles
act
around
like
you
the
right
team
now.
sucks because they're not good when Steph don't play.
Steve
Is
Kerr
Steph
said he's
playing
gonna be on
tonight?
minutes
Yeah.
restriction
So why
as
do I
well.
care how they look when Steph don't play?
And
Yeah,
you
they're
just
not a good
told us
team when
that
Steph
game.
doesn't play. Cool, but he's playing now. So
And
what?
Steph's
Even
minutes
though
are
you
right.
just
Wait, well,
told
how many of those wins
gonna be
did
on
they
the-
get while Jimmy was there though? Oh, my bad.
They have Porzingis yet. They have Porzingis yet. Exactly. Guys don't want to think about context. They ain't even have Porzingis yet. So it was
They didn't
just-
have Porzingis.
They just replaced
That's
Jimmy
very
with Porzingis.
important.
There's a reason why when Steph played, they got a +2 net rate. You know why? Because they a good team when Steph play. When he don't play, they suck. But that's fine because Steph is playing tonight. So we're talking about a good team against a good team. Give me the good team that employs Steph Curry. Yeah.
I'm feeling. Hey, look, I bet against Steph Curry one time. One time I bet against Steph
How'd that
Curry.
work out?
It worked out terribly. No, I didn't do that because I'd already learned my lesson. I bet against Steph Curry with the Celtics in 22.
You and the rest of the world.
Jay, I'm sitting up here.
Yeah, right,
listening to
but
Ox
I
tell
don't.
me that he's not betting against Steph Curry. Meanwhile,
You can't bet against Steph Curry.
When
Jay.
I tell you that this dude, literally, John Gotti, Jimmy the Bull, mobbed me when we talk about Kawhi Leonard. Who he going up against tonight, by the way?
It
That's
doesn't
who he's
matter
going
who
up
he's
against
going up
tonight.
against you. You
A
don't
top
bet against
5
Steph
player.
Curry.
A top 5
He
player
could
in the
be, he
league
could
right
be, he
now.
could be playing against
Thank you,
2000.
Ox.
He could be playing against any version of any player that ever existed. He could be playing against Michael Jordan, peak Shaquille O'Neal,
maybe
peak
your man ain't
anybody.
really with
You
what
don't
you
bet
think.
against Steph Curry.
All right,
He
go
played
ahead.
against peak
And that's
LeBron
not even
James, and we
glazed. That's
seen
an
what
actual
happened.
fact. That's not even glazed.
Like,
That's real.
yeah, that's
real.
just what it is. Like,
Thank you.
like don't let that he can't play defense shit fool you.
And he
Steph
does play
Curry is
defense.
still Steph Curry. Like we don't you
No,
don't bet
he's
against Steph
not.
Curry.
He's got a bad wheel.
No, he
got a-
had a bad wheel that got better, and that's why he playing.
He's
Which,
on
by
the-
the
We
way,
don't talk
I
about
got-
bad wheels. We talking about
Chill, I got-
Kawhi Leonard's, and we gonna talk about Steph Curry's wheels.
All right, calm down, Morris. Calm
He's
down.
on a minutes restriction.
Apologize. But this is Wardell Stephen Curry the second. We not about to
he's gonna play the most
disrespect.
valuable 20 minutes you've ever seen.
We not about to disrespect.
And he's on a
He's
minutes
gonna be
restriction tonight too, by the
Y'all
way.
should look.
And they
yo,
only
Duke,
need 30 minutes to beat the Clippers. What we talking
everybody
about?
should be afraid of Steph Curry. It doesn't matter who you are. You should always be afraid of Steph Curry. I got the Clippers. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I'm not putting money against Steph Curry. Like I just wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. Like I could put my take against Steph. Like I
No, we're
could
not doing
put
that,
my
Mark.
take against him. I
No,
could say
we're not doing that.
I think he's gonna lose, but don't ask me to put no money up.
Steph Curry and Kristaps Porzingis have a +24 net rating.
Porzingis
And
is
guess who's
always
gonna be
also
playing
on a minutes
tonight?
restriction. by
Steph
the way.
Curry and Porzingis. So what we
Porzingis is
talking
also on a minutes restriction.
Yeah, that's cool. Just play them together. They win the game. We don't need 48 minutes. We need them to play for 28 minutes. They'll be up by 50. They don't need to play the rest of the game.
I never agree with Mars more than right now.
I got the Clippers, man.
There you go. Exactly. And that's why you agree with me on Paolo, too.
I got the Clippers.
So I got the Warriors, but fun fact, I will not be watching the game because I just don't want to, it'll hurt me.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do
But
that.
I will.
Scared.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, my mom used to do that with the Yankees. Like when the Yankees playing, and then something start going bad and shit.
The Yankees lose.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like anytime the Yankees that go down, she's like, I can't watch it. Turn it off, and then turn it back on later on. Find out the Yankees won. Be like, oh damn, I missed the game. But I'm telling you. So I'm gonna be able to catch this game. So I'll be able to catch this one. Oh God. I'm nervous though. I'm nervous because Steph always do this to me, man.
Thank you.
But at least
you're not being targeted. He just does it to the whole league, and you happen to root for some teams in the league.
Mars, tell me
at least you can
Ox.
enjoy it though.
What's his record when Ox backs against him? Tell me the record. Talk to me. Give me the number.
Well, Steph like 25-0 against Ox. So,
Ox got the Clippers tonight. I'm just saying, y'all. The numbers are.
Guarantee Steph start playing defense tonight too. Ox gonna be looking at the screen mad as hell.
He's not gonna play. He don't never play. He's not gonna play a lick of defense. That's not.
What?
Why do we disrespect Steph on defense so routinely?
Oh God, we don't got to.
Because they can't accept that he could be the best offensive player ever and play defense. Because then they'll be like, oh,
he's a good defender.
They have to start diminishing.
If I thought Steph Curry was a good defender, I would say I think he's a good defender. I don't think he's a good defender. It's not he competes on defense.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's a competitive defender. I
think he competes. I think he tries on defense. That's why I never disrespect Steph on defense. I don't disrespect it. I just when it comes up, I tell the truth. I don't never call him a bum on defense. I don't do none of that because he competes and he's a part of a defensive scheme. But the physical, it's the physical stuff. You know what I'm saying? He just can't.
I'll accept that. Go ahead and take.
You know what I'm saying? He just can't. Yes.
Yeah,
I've definitely seen him. Oh my God, I mean, I've seen it. I've seen him get absolutely demolished. Like I'm talking about going back for seconds, thirds.
But I just want to ignore that part. It's cool.
I just wanted to hear you say the word.
He's definitely
he want to ignore. He want to ignore when he lock up Al Horford. Though. Doesn't help.
For my agenda, Ron. For my agenda. Well, okay. From a basketball stance, the Clippers should win. But for my agenda, I think the Clippers lose tonight, and I told you they're going to win the lottery.
That's not an agenda, chill. That's fulfilling and feeding your hatred.
And they're gonna give that pick to Oklahoma City.
Destiny.
And we know Chill right because Chill's been telling us about Portland all year, and guess what happened? Portland did exactly what he said they were going to do. Played their way into the playoffs through the play-in. So you know what? We got to stand with Chill. Chill know what's going to happen. So that's even more proof that Wardell Stephen Curry II will have some for us tonight.
Yeah, well, y'all stand over there on that hill.
It is written.
Damien, who you got?
Y'all stand over there on that hill. We're going to get these snipers ready.
Who you got, Damien?
Oh, the Clippers for sure. Pretty easily as well, I think.
Okay.
But Steph gonna turn up. Steph always gonna turn up.
Obviously.
Oh my God!
Steph
don't
Curry.
even say that. Steph
When
gonna
is
turn
Steph Curry
Steph
not
turn
turn
up.
up?
It's like,
He gonna turn up.
God.
You think Steph Curry going to turn up and they going to lose? That's oxymoron.
It's just not gonna be enough.
2 minutes.
Not gonna be enough.
He don't got Clay no more, so it's like it's a
Steph
little.
could have
different when
60
you turn
tonight.
Last time he had Clay in the play and Clay sold him.
Oh,
We don't need Clay.
Hey, wait.
Hey,
I was there for that one, Mars. I was there for that
We
one.
don't need that. That's probably the reason why they backed him up. They was like, hell no, you ruining Steph Curry legacy. So yeah,
Losing to the Kings in the play-in.
That's what we got. We got Brandon Kujinski.
And Gary Payton II, he's gonna play some meaningful minutes. They got that nice short roll with Draymond.
D'Anthony Melton. What are we talking about? D'Anthony Melton.
D'Anthony Melton is a bucket.
OJ Cryer. What we? Come on, man.
This is a terrible basketball team.
Charles
Quinn and Post
Bassey.
isn't playing. Quinn and Post is out. I think. Yeah.
I hate Quinn
Charles
Post.
Bassey. Like, come on,
He
man.
sucks.
This is a serious roster right here. Yeah.
Steph
right,
can have 35 and
Who
then
you
still
got,
gonna
Ron?
lose.
Yeah, but he's not gonna have 35. He's gonna have whatever it takes to win.
Well, hold on. Who
Pods
do you
is
guys-
a bum.
Who do you guys think outplays each other?
3 days ago.
Well, Kawhi's gonna be the best player on the floor.
Yeah. So
Kawhi's never been the best player on the floor when he shared the floor with Steph Curry.
Why did you just say that unanimously?
That's not true.
Kawhi's going to be the best player on the floor because Steph is hurt. If Steph was fully healthy, Steph would be the best player on the floor.
Kawhi not going to be the best player on the floor regardless.
Let's be serious. I know I've told a lot of jokes right now, but let's be serious for 1 second.
Yeah, I just watched Kawhi on the floor with Deni Avdija, and he wasn't the best player on the floor. But he's not going to be. But he's going to be the best player on the floor with Steph Curry.
If Steph was fully healthy, Steph would be the best player on the floor.
True.
So then, so is Steph.
Breathe, Ox. God, it's the truth. I'm sorry.
Never been a day in Kawhi's life he been better than Steph Curry. Only time he gets the claim he better than Steph Curry is when Steph Curry not playing. It's the only time. So 2020, you can.
Was he better than Curry? Was he better than Curry in the finals in 19? Was he?
Hell no, he wasn't better than Steph Curry in the finals. The only difference was Steph Curry was playing with, no disrespect, Quinn Cook. Shout out to friends of the show, Quinn Cook. No disrespect. Alfonso McKinney and Jonas Jerebko. That was the only reason. Steph Curry was the best player on the floor in the finals. Steph Curry was the best player on the floor in 2017. Steph Curry's been the best player on the floor every time he's seen Kawhi Leonard. Every time. Kawhi might have a game where he played well. Golf clap. But every year of Steph Curry's life, he's been better at basketball than Kawhi Leonard. The only years in which Kawhi Leonard can say he was better than Steph is 2020 when Steph ain't play, and this year when Steph ain't play. Every other year, Steph Curry better than that man. Every other year. That's just how life goes. 2009, Steph was better. 2010, Steph was better. 2011, Steph was better. 2012, Steph was better. 2013, Steph was better. 2014, Steph was better. 2015, Steph was better. 2016, can't believe you guys had this conversation. Steph cleared. It was up here to down there. Kawhi was closer to me than he was to Steph Curry in 2016. 2017, Steph was better. 2018, Steph was better. 2019, Steph was better. 2020, 2021, Steph was better. 2022, Steph was better. 2023, Steph was better. 2024, Steph was better. Last year, Steph was better. This year, golf club. And that's only because he ain't played. But now he back, Steph better again. That's it. Steph been better than Kawhi their whole lives. That's it. There you go.
There you have it, Ox. There you go.
Yeah, I got the Clippers. I got the Clippers winning tonight. Probably should be a decent game for most of it. I think the Clippers will probably, create a little distance in the fourth quarter, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I want to know what type of defensive scheme both teams are going to come with. Like, I wonder what the Warriors are going to do to slow down Kawhi.
They have
really
to trap.
Curious to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will.
They have to run a lot of trap defense.
I mean, but Darius Garland's just going to have to step up and play, have a good game tonight. If Darius Garland has a good game tonight, I don't think there's any way the Clippers can lose. So we'll see about it. And I mean, Chris Dunn is going to have to play big minutes. I still want to know what happened with Benedict in that Portland game. I don't know. Did he tweak something, or why did he only play 5 minutes? Is he going to play more minutes tonight? Just want to know what's going to happen.
I think he's out of favor a little bit.
I'd assume
it looked that way.
Hit a shot on the other side of the backboards and then turned the ball over like twice. So it was like, oh yeah, we can't play this guy who's selling the team.
Yeah, but he only played 5 minutes though, more.
Yeah, because they saw him in 5 minutes sell the team.
So you don't ever bring it back in to let him. Yes, you don't ever bring it back in and see if he got his shit together.
He played 5 minutes, missed 2 shots, and was -8. Hell no, you sabotaged the team.
The Clippers got to play Benedict though. They don't stand a chance to do anything.
Yeah, this game because it's a new game. He might play this time. Yeah, it's a new game.
Well, if your man Jordan Miller's playing well, Ron. If Jordan Miller's playing well,
they still need Benedict. Benedict is.
They just played the Warriors right after that, and he played 32 minutes, so they're fine. Like,
yeah,
he only didn't play that game because he sucked.
Yeah, he
gonna play tonight. Yeah, he gonna play tonight. And
need good minutes from John Collins as well.
Facts.
Yeah, he's another one that goes in another lineup.
Well, we're going to go ahead and get into these super chats. Salute to everybody that has watched this full episode. If you're here for the first time and you don't know what's going on here, this is where organic basketball conversations happen, and this is where the most authentic basketball conversations continue. We are the panel. We go Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. Pacific time to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And if you're on the East Coast, you could do the math. 11 to 2 on the East Coast time and anywhere in between. Salute to everybody that's watching. If you've liked the video, thank you. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and please hit that like button. It helps us a lot with what we're doing. And to everybody that sent through super chats, salute to you. We're going to get to those right now. The first super chat is from Kizzy5497.
Kizzy said, LaMelo has similar impact to Russ in that he raises the floor, but as a primary option, he caps your ceiling just as much.
That Russ thing was a good comparison. I did like that.
All right, the next super chat is $19.99 from BTrue23. BTrue said, Ron, hypothetically, say the Heat don't get so lucky like Atlanta or Dallas, but they get the number 5 pick. How would you like Darius A. Cuff on this roster? With as currently constructed? It's all right.
Is he better than Davion Mitchell right now?
I can't say as a rookie if he will be better than Davion, but I don't think Darius next year he doesn't move the needle for this team. I don't think he doesn't all of a sudden take them from being the number 10 seed to now they're just a bona fide top 6 seed. Moving on into the future though, I do like him, but even if I was to get Darius and I liked him that much, it would still make me want to even double down even more on getting off Bam and getting off Tyler Hero.
They're going big fish hunting this offseason apparently. So we'll see.
They're going to what?
They're going big fish hunting this offseason, apparently, yeah. It's going to go hard after Giannis. We'll see.
What fish?
There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing.
There's no fish.
Giannis
That's next
Someone is
season.
always going to become available.
No, like, chill. It was reported that Pat Riley is trying to bring in a star.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's Giannis. Who else you got?
If I'm not mistaken, Ron, what we've been hearing that Miami is going to bring in a star for how many years now? I mean, how many years have we heard that? I mean, they brought in Jimmy Butler in 2019, and then they drafted Bam 2 years previous to that, and then they got Tyler Hero, and then we've had free agency where we've had stars available, and we've heard years on years on years that Pat Riley's bringing in a big time free agent. Where is he? We're still waiting on him. We're still waiting on that guy because we still haven't seen him. So. I'm good on
Kawhi Leonard is one of the names too. I just read the Miami Heat will turn their attention to Kawhi Leonard.
Lillard.
He's not going there. The same reason he left the Spurs. I'm just here. Guys don't want to play in the Heat culture. It's tough. Like, it's really tough to play on the Heat, right? And a lot of guys, for better or worse, just don't want to do that, right? Just don't want to go through that. It's a winning culture. I think the Heat have a great culture over there. They win a lot of games, and I think they have a great system, and they really play some good defense. They get out in transition well, which is where a lot of their offense really comes from. But a lot of guys just don't want to be in that constant state of having a condition like that, having to be, and a lot of guys don't want to play for Pat Riley. That's the consensus, right? That's the general consensus.
Imagine not one.
There's going to be some names around when teams under-deliver in the playoffs. I think they're going to be linked to. They're going to be linked to some teams that under-deliver.
You got to work on your game, and you got to get better.
That's sick.
That's in Miami, it's in Miami. A lot of
who do you think you are to pay me millions of dollars and hold me accountable? Who do you think you are to make me be a better basketball player? What is wrong with you?
But Ron, that list is going to grow, though.
You can't say what to do.
That list of names is going to grow. Like when teams are underachieving the playoffs or whatever the case is, that names are going to be floated out there. Like if Cleveland gets bounced early. What are the Magic going to do if they don't, like all these things? Like even if New York don't make, where they're supposed to go, Jay, could be having some conversations about some guys on that roster, man.
No, I'm aware. Trust me, I'm watching closely.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what the Heat do, but they're gonna have to do something. John Claude sent through $9.99 and said, Khan played the entire NCAA tournament, then went through the pre-draft process, played Summer League, then turned around and played 80-plus NBA games.
I don't want to hear this
Sixth
in in-game distance traveled. Dude probably exhausted.
He's 20 years old. Give me a
break. That's true, though, Chill, right? And
20 years old. Fuck that.
Being tired.
The rookie wall is real.
A lot of
but yeah, he played damn near every game this year. He's played 82 already. So,
well, he probably is tired. He's supposed to be tired right now. Everybody's supposed to be tired. This is the end of the season, so yeah, that could be a reason for anything. That could be.
Still gotta play.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse.
Like
it's a factor though.
Everybody.
Yeah, it can be an explanation, but it doesn't change that he still played badly.
Yeah,
he can be tired, but it doesn't change. Like that can help explain why. But at the end of the day, Charlotte need him to play well. And if he's tired and he can't play well, that's a problem. Now you gotta go figure out a way to go and be effective. And we'll see if he can.
He got benched.
Yeah, shit, he got his rest yesterday. He was on the bench. Be ready for Friday.
He just looked young. That's really what this was. He looked like a rook. He did.
They're just gonna scheme him. It's like
Klay Thompson in that
fine.
same environment was old and went 0 for 10. So he just looked trash. That's it.
All right, my next super chat is from a guy named Real Since Day 1632. Real Since Day 1632 said the problem with the play-in isn't the game. The games have been great, but it's the overall premise of the play-in. You have 82 games to make the playoffs. Having another chance after 82 games is whack.
So, Jay, what I did was I gave you work to do, right? Throughout the course of the whole school year. You didn't do that work. Now I'm going to give you extra work to do, and now I expect you to do that? Get the fuck out.
But we wouldn't get to see a team like the Hornets who got together late in the season, who are playing phenomenal basketball, right? We wouldn't get to see them in the postseason, which I think that they deserve to be in, right? I would love to see the Hornets get gentlemen sweep by the Pistons, but it will be a good series, right? And I would love to see that basketball ideology face off. That'd be awesome.
I think the play-in is fine when the teams are separated by 1 or 2 games, but when you're 8 games below the team in 7th, you shouldn't have a chance to make the playoffs over them.
So why can't that team beat me in one more game if they're that much better than me?
I shouldn't have to. It's not about whether or not I can beat you. Yeah, I think Phoenix can beat Golden State. I think Golden State can beat Phoenix. Also, the reason the Warriors are 8 games below Phoenix is because Steph Curry was out for half the year. So now we're at a point where a team that was hurt all year gets to end up getting healthy at the right time and play their way into the playoffs over a team that had to win all of these regular season games. And meanwhile, you get to just make it because you got healthy.
But that's fair.
No.
You guys yell at me.
That's not opposite fair. What do you mean?
I screamed at me the other day because I said that he wants to see the best basketball all the time, right? Ox said you want to see the best teams and the best basketball all the time. If a team is hurt all year, right? If a team gets it together late in the year,
might as well just postpone all their games and let them only play when they're healthy.
But that's what we have to play for.
Yeah. Hey, if a team has someone on the injury report, hey, let's just wait. You tore your Achilles. Let's cancel the season. Wait for you to come back so we can see the best teams play.
Until you said the same.
I don't care about fairness. I just want to watch basketball.
Right?
We get more basketball.
The play-ins are phenomenal.
I'm fine with the play-in when
but the 7th
seed
seed shouldn't be in it, and there should be some criteria on if you're a certain amount of games ahead of another seed under you. That
7th seed won 45 games, and the Clippers.
You've done the body of work.
The Clippers and I believe it was the Blazers were tied. Get the Warriors out of here.
Well, the Clippers just need to take care of business then. All the Clippers got to do is beat them, and then we don't got nothing to worry about.
Right. When does a bad team snuck into the playoffs due to the
You've done enough if you're the 7th seed.
We get one more game to watch Steph Curry. Like, we should be happy.
2 more games. Watch your mouth.
Or 2, whatever. However it may be, we get to watch more Steph Curry. That's a plus for us. The burden is on the Clippers. All they got to do is do their job. You know what I mean? Just play. It's basketball, y'all. If you're better than the team, knock them off. We get to watch more basketball, y'all. We should be happy about it.
Might as well have a play-in from 1 through 8.
Everybody should be happy.
I just can't name a time that a bad team has snuck into the playoffs because of the play-in. Like a team that didn't deserve to be there has gotten to the playoffs.
Yo, this kid is a nutcase, bro.
Miami made the playoffs last year winning 37 games.
Chill. This kid LaMelo Ball is a nutcase, absolute psychopath.
Yeah, maniac.
Did y'all not see him punching on the mascot?
Oh yeah.
Nuts.
I actually thought that was kind of funny. I like that.
Literally
You
just
can't
made
maybe train that.
Oh god.
Memphis obviously made it, but last year the West wasn't bad. But Miami made the playoffs, and they were the 10th seed last year. They were worse than the Hawks. They were worse than the Bulls. They ended up winning 2 playing games, and then ended up just going against the Cavs to get mocked. They got abused in the first round last year.
You got me, Marsh. My fault.
Yeah, so,
salute. You got me.
And to add to
But aside
Mars'
from
point,
that, I can't name another team.
add to Mars' point, yes.
I wasn't thinking about that.
But I'm with Ox. Why the hell would LaMelo punch the mascot? First he stiff armed the mascot, and then full on just jabbed the mascot.
It's a big win.
Or no?
Hey, you know what?
No, I don't think so. All right, is it from a cell phone? It's from a cell phone, right?
It's from
All right.
Oh
yeah. Throw that up there.
Oh
God. Why would you media train that guy? Why would you take that away from us?
It's like WWE.
A lot of people said that he doesn't
crazy.
care. Like he cares, man. Like he was fired up yesterday.
He almost knocked the Hornet out. He almost
And then he just the mascot just walked away like
Bro, hold on. Like,
you know he's holding his face. Like,
obviously, you can't see the facial expressions of a mascot, but you could clearly see by the way he was walking. Like, damn, bro, why would you do that to me?
Yeah, he got shook up. Yeah.
Damn. But all right, fellas, the next super chat is from More You. Another super chat from More You. More You said, I think Pat Riley is one of those guys that do things just to show he's in control. I mean, he had two of the most disciplined athletes ever, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, and was still annoying them. So maybe players don't want to deal with it.
That could be a big part of it. That changing of the guard. You know, a lot of older guys in the league don't want to see, are adverse to change.
It's not that hard.
I think the game's passed Pat Riley by a while ago. That's just me though. I just think that this heat culture type stuff is, and where it really opened my eyes when Andre Iguodala actually spoke about it, because he is one of the most professional guys that's sort of ever played, and he said that they were sort of overdoing it as well a little bit, Miami, and he actually had a chat with Pat Riley and co about dialing it down a little bit, and they did stuff like handing him knee pads like on the first day and like saying that it's gonna be like we're gonna put you through hell and all these things, and he's like, nah, you guys are doing too much. Like, so I think there is that. I wonder if the heat culture is still as strong as people make it out, but it's probably another conversation.
We got another $10 super chat from This Is MP. MP said, the problem with Miami is too many cones on the perimeter. Is that Miami's problem?
I don't think so.
I mean, how many cones do they have? Tyler and Norman are cones.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it.
Yeah. Am I missing someone egregious?
Yeah, I don't think they necessarily have cones on defense.
I mean, Jaime's not a good defender.
Yeah, he
so
might.
For him in there.
He was better the year prior. He was better last year than he was this year on defense.
Not forgetting anyone else? I don't think so. I would say Jaime, Hero, and Norman.
Yeah. Teddy Hart sent through another super chat. Teddy is a Hall of Famer. Teddy had this to say. Miami compare Bam with Giannis and surround them with snipers. They need to give up Hero, Ware, plus $20 million in salary and a couple of picks. I think that defensive tandem would be unreal with scoring. What you say?
So what the Bucks say? No thanks. Why would they take that?
I mean,
if Giannis gets traded, he gets traded. I don't even care where he gets traded at this point.
He's getting traded.
I'm very invested in where he goes.
Yeah, whatever. Wherever
because he can team up with
we're
Steph,
gonna
Mars, and then we get the best basketball we ever seen. Part 2, we get the best basketball ever again.
Steph's still gonna be the best player on that team
until his calf goes again.
Respect.
Emperor said Bird would get cooked. Yeah, I suppose. Yep.
Mm-hmm. You need to go back and watch some Larry Bird. Larry Bird's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now Larry's that dude, man.
Mm-hmm. He would get cooked.
What Up Logan69 said, what I respect about the Grizzlies is they recognize their core wasn't good enough. So they traded the boys and got 7 first-round picks. Pat Riley, take some notes or retire, goddammit. Give us AJ, please.
That's facts, man.
Shout out to the Grizzlies, man.
Yeah, we're trying.
Does Paulo show up in Game 7?
Oh my God!
Paulo shows up every
Game 7.
time he in the postseason.
The one Game 7, not in the Cavs series. Come on, bro. That's okay. That's all right. Shout out Paulo.
You're gonna say tonight.
Tingeron said, I'm proud of Mars today. This is the kind of Steph propaganda that's been missing from this panel.
No propaganda. I'll be back tomorrow to take my apologies from Mars.
It's facts.
And Chill. And Damien, actually. Yeah, all of you guys.
Take it from on my behalf.
Wait a minute. What am I apologizing for?
Hey, what am I apologizing
hating on
for?
Wardell, hating on Wardell, and hating on Wardell.
I said he's gonna show up.
Who?
Yeah, and then you said he's gonna lose. Yes.
Oh, well, that's not hate. I just think that their team is. I think the other team is better than his team.
You owe Wardell an apology for what you said about him last week. This is just
about the defense.
About Kawhi.
No, that's just facts, bro. That's just facts. I'm sorry.
I'll take my apology. I guarantee we'll see who the better passer is today.
I would never.
Guarantee we'll see who the
The
better
distributing part. I told you. I just got a little over. I just got a
viral.
I overdid it. I overdid it.
Still no apology. Still no apology. We going.
Well, look. This is the thing. I still don't think he's an elite playmaker. I don't think he's an elite distributor. I don't. I'm sorry.
He is though.
That's fine. That's fine.
You just don't get the chance to see that because of the system that he plays in. But he is.
It just
If you don't ever see it, then what are we just assuming?
Because we have seen.
Oh no, you know we
have
can
seen it in
just watch
stretches.
Steph make passes and be like, oh yeah, he do that better than Kawhi.
Oh man, no regular ass.
Way
shit,
better than
man.
Kawhi. Like 10 times better.
You said regular
Okay,
passes like Kawhi's not dumping it down in the post.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think either one of them are elite at it.
Steph been getting double teamed for a decade. One knows how to deal with it. The other one doesn't.
I don't think either one of them are
levels to
elite
this.
are elite passers and playmakers. Neither one of them.
I don't need to be elite to be 10 times better than Kawhi.
No big deal. None of them. Neither one of them are great passers and playmakers. But
If Steph
there's
not
a
a great
big
passer, then Kawhi not
there's a way bigger gap on the defensive end than there is on the offensive end.
That's cute.
It's facts.
Not in
Facts.
heart where it matters. It matters in the heart, Ox.
It's cute.
Kawhi,
putting that
the
same effort out? I don't know.
the only thing that saved these motherfuckers from Kawhi Leonard is knees. Knees is the only thing that chill. You know it. Chill, you know it.
The only reason we have Kawhi and Steph conversations is because Danny Green tore Clay's ACL.
Danny, wait, don't put that on Danny. Danny didn't do that.
The only reason, and I'm not saying Danny Green made a dirty play. It was unfortunate. I'm not blaming Danny.
Go back 2 years before that, Morris. Go back 2 years before that. The only thing that saved them was Zaza. Zaza saved them. So Danny and Zaza. So Danny and Zaza. Zaza saved KD and Steph's legacy.
The Spurs would have got gentleman's swept. That's what happened.
KD and Steph Curry's legacies will be in complete disarray if it wasn't for Zaza.
The Spurs would have lost in a comfortable 5 games. The only reason we ever have Kawhi, and Steph conversations is because Clay's ACL. The only reason we ever have Kawhi and KD conversations is because he tore his Achilles.
And what
Kawhi
universe?
not in these courts. That's what it is. Kawhi not in these
Kawhi
courts.
stop the best
He is not in no Steph Curry conversation. Never has been, never will be. He's not in no Steph Curry conversation.
Were you watching the games, Jay? I know you was. You might have been about 14 at this time, Jay. I don't know if you was watching, but he was busting their ass.
I was skipping homework to watch basketball games, so don't you come up here.
No, I was just saying that. I don't know. I don't know what you was doing. I'm just saying that I know.
While you was working, buddy, I had the time off to go watch the games. Okay,
I was hooping. I was playing basketball. Watching more basketball.
You weren't watching Kawhi.
I actually shattered my ankle when I was 16, so I had I took a break from basketball and I had the time.
Either way. And then what? And then was that in 23 when KD got saved again? Because of injuries, man, y'all better go on. Kawhi consistently does this.
Round, yeah.
He does this.
Steph had 40 in that game. Kawhi got hurt, by the way.
I don't care. Kawhi was killing
we want to glaze Kawhi. Meanwhile, Steph was still the best player on the court. But it's cool. Shout out to Kawhi.
Oh, sure he was.
Shout out to Kawhi.
All right, fellas.
At their peaks,
Damian.
Kawhi is. It's when we're talking about peak,
It's a gap, for sure.
When we're talking about peaks, James Harden and Steph Curry don't even get in these conversations. It's Bron, KD, and Kawhi. It's Bron, KD, and Kawhi.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. What? You need to hear this shit.
You need to hear this shit.
You need to hear this shit. You need to hear the truth. You've been over here hating on these niggas all year.
There's about 8 players active in the league who were at their peak better than Kawhi. Let's
Text me when we get back to being serious about basketball.
LeBron James at his peak better than Kawhi Leonard.
LeBron and KD, that's where the love stops. LeBron and KD, that's where the love stops.
Kevin Durant at his peak better than Kawhi
That's where the
Leonard.
love stops.
Curry at his peak better than Kawhi Leonard. Nikola Jokic at his peak better than Kawhi Leonard. Giannis Antetokounmpo at his peak better than Kawhi Leonard.
That's a conversation. That's a conversation.
Right now, better than Kawhi Leonard. James Harden at his peak.
Who right now?
Kawhi Leonard.
SGA.
Right now, better than Kawhi. Joel Embiid at his peak, better than Kawhi Leonard. James Harden at his peak, better than Kawhi Leonard. Who else am I forgetting?
How?
Shit.
How?
Jokic at his peak, better than Kawhi Leonard. There's like 9 players in the league
There's
right
one
now
more.
who are better than Kawhi Leonard. Shit, Russell Westbrook at his peak, better than Kawhi Leonard.
Keep going.
Damian Lillard in his peak, better than
Damian
Kawhi
Lillard?
Leonard.
More, stop, bro. Stop. You're going too far, bro. You're going too far. You're going too far. Okay.
Take the last 2 names off.
Okay, let's just reel it in. Let's reel it in. Let's reel it in.
Kawhi Leonard.
Hold on. Wait. I do got one more name that I do want to throw out there.
Right now is better than Kawhi.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Right now is better than Kawhi. Wemby today is better than Kawhi ever has been. Wemby right now is better than Kawhi.
You cooking.
Right now is better than Kawhi.
You cooking.
There you go. So about 8, 9 names.
Let me run this poll.
So I said Shea. I said Jokic. I said
call 911.
I said Giannis. I said Wemby.
My
I
fucking
said
chest.
Steph. I said KD.
Guess what?
I
I
said
said
Bron.
2/3.
I said James Harden. So I said 9 names.
You know what? Let me
Kawhi right now, if everyone in the league was in their peak, Kawhi be about the 10th best player in the league. 11, depends on how I feel about Luka. 10, 11, sounds about right. There you go.
You forgot Devin Booker and DeMar DeRozan. You forgot Paul George. You forgot Anthony Davis.
Oh shit! Oh George,
Paul George, that guy, man.
No. About 10 names. I'm willing to. I'll negotiate about 3 of them. I'll listen to James Harden. I'll listen to Luka Doncic.
Well,
That's it. Everyone else better. Everyone else better than Kawhi.
I wouldn't even listen to James Harden.
I'll listen to those names.
I'm not listening to none of them.
Yeah, but that's because you don't know who. There you go.
Kevin Durant and LeBron James. That's where the love stops.
There you go.
Okay, what about
the
facts continue on though after that? Fuck the love. The facts.
Oh yeah. Don't forget Jimmy Butler, Mars.
No. I name my names. Those 9 names. Those 8 to 10 names. There we go. Those 8 to 10 names. Better than Kawhi Leonard at his best.
Yeah. Anyway, LeBron and KD. That's where the love stops. Keep going, Ron.
I'll listen to Anthony Davis too. There you go.
I'm not hearing
8
that.
to 11 names. There you go.
All right, Leaf Diggy sent through $9.99 and said, I honestly believe that Deni Avdija, Luka Doncic, and the Joker are in a group chat talking crazy about the new American players, telling the rest of the Euro players how easy the NBA is right now.
And they should be.
Why is Deni in that group?
He's cooking to be.
He's cooking.
Because he's from over there. He's not from
Because he like that.
European.
I'm still in that.
He's not
group chat.
European?
Close enough. Might as well
word.
be.
Yeah, close
Same
enough.
shit. Same shit.
All right, the next super chat that I got is from Me-Ass Leonard. Me-Ass said, GM to the panel.
Good morning.
Damn,
GM
Ronnie.
to the panel. GM to the panel had Miami and Portland. Bam got injured. I got the 76ers and Kawhi Clippers tonight.
Going 50% again
Guys
tonight.
don't know, boy. Hey, man. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry. I'm gonna really finalize that list of guys better than Kawhi. I'm gonna finalize that list.
I really want to hear that list. I'm curious to know where you stand with that.
Yeah, so whoever clips it, clip it tomorrow, not today. Today was a rush.
Right.
Clip it tomorrow when I have the real list. There you go.
And you're doing peak for peak or just career?
Peak for peak.
Okay.
Everyone at their best who peaked higher than Kawhi. We don't have the list. of them.
So the list starts with Jordan and ends with Jordan?
That's
Go ahead.
crazy.
Oh, I wasn't doing all time. I was just talking about in the league right now. If you
Yeah,
want to do all
I
time,
know.
That list gonna be long as shit.
Yeah, I know. Just do right now. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Keep Shay off of that fucking list, Mars, please.
He might be the first name I write.
Oh my God.
One time, Stevie O the GOAT said, Kobe White, I wasn't familiar with your game like that. Shout out both teams. It was a dogfight. Hopefully my Sixers pull off the same upset.
Kobe need more recognition after last night. He was
Kobe White should have won Most Improved like 2 seasons ago.
Kobe White is a dog.
Brian Cook said Bam got hurt in the 83rd game of the season. Did LaMelo plan this?
He did it for Kobe.
Nice.
Calvin Jerome Bruton said Miami and Charlotte game was fire.
It was.
It was incredible.
Yeah, it was.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Shit, LaMelo might be on that list.
Stay focused, Ron. Focus, Ron.
Hidden Stain said, in my opinion, LaMelo pulled his hand back. He wasn't even looking at Bam. The night would have been ruined if Bam was injured and LaMelo got kicked out.
And this is why people like this shouldn't be on juries, because everybody we got seen the dude on tape shoot this dude. This the one is like, well, wait a minute. It wasn't that kind of gun. He didn't do it. Yes, he did. He did it on purpose. He 100% did.
We can't prove intent. That's kind of interesting.
Which is important on a jury.
I don't think he would have got ejected, because when Joel Embiid did it to Mitchell Robinson, he got a flagrant one. I think if they reviewed it, he would have got a flagrant one. I don't think he would have
got kicked out neither. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think he would have got ejected.
But 2 free throws and another possession does change.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't change the game. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't think he would have got ejected anyway.
Yeah.
SSG Verified said Deni outplayed the fuck out of Devin Booker. Laughing my ass off. Booker about to be the most forgotten star of this generation.
No, he's not. That's just not true.
Maybe. I don't know. His accolades don't stack up with how good I think he is. He's got, 3 All-Stars, 4 All-Stars, and 2 All-NBAs or whatever.
The thing he might most get remembered for is that 73-point game. Or 71?
70.
70? Yeah, that might be the thing he gets most remembered for.
Of course. That was incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Vince Carter accolades. I think Vince is a 2-time All-NBA, but Vince got a couple more All-Stars, I think. But Vince is obviously iconic because of the dunk contest and stuff. But accolade-wise, he's more in line with a Vince Carter than a Tracy McGrady, et cetera, et cetera.
I think that's a great comparison how we see him in the generation. I don't think he's never been one of the top 10 players in the league ever for me, and he's never been top 3 his position, if you ask me, ever. So,
oh wow,
if you ask me, ever, he's never been top 3 position.
Name 3 shooting guards better in 2022.
You got me there. But look, that's my alarm. I got to go anyway, guys.
Later.
I'll see y'all,
brother.
I'll see y'all.
All right, Jay. We'll catch you soon.
Later.
Sleazy Ty said, what's up, PC? Imagine if the Hornets would have took Matas or Klingon at 6 instead of that bum that they took. Would have had a top 4 young core in the league.
Damn.
Klingon and Musa? That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Great. Mm-hmm.
But they're talking about Salon, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who Mars hated, by the way.
Yeah, it was a terrible pick.
And rightfully so. Mm-hmm.
Egregious.
Trey Ray said possibly controversial, but I don't think it was a dirty play. It just looks tragically bad and had a tragic result. Also, shout out to Deni and Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy was big shots yesterday, and I don't even think Jeremy Grant was playing well.
He got that jump shot, Mars, where he could snatch block on Jeremy and shoot it. I never seen that before. He could catch the ball and just right here, bam, bam, not bam.
Learned that from Nick Batum.
Yeah, the Nick Batum. Who else? Clay can do that. D'Lo has shot that. There was someone for the Bucks who did it. I can't remember who it was. I don't want to say Pat Connaughton to be wrong, but I vividly remember. Sam Hauser does it. Yeah, I didn't want to get it wrong, but Sam Hauser does it. The nerds just become a big part of the game.
Flight sent through a $5 super chat and said, will the refs call Shai's push off this postseason? It used to be a no call. Small thing, but big impact. Also, the Spurs losing to Denver's bench. Embarrassing.
They can't just start calling it now. That would be I think that'd be unfair to Shai. You can't just call that now. No way.
They need to call those on everybody.
Yeah, they should, but since they don't, you just can't start in the playoffs against Shai. He goes from averaging 30 to 16.
Then he'll be off my list. He'll be off my list then.
Right, you can't do that. That's it. I'm serious. I'm not even no knock to Shai. I just think that's unfair. You let him put that in his game. You can't take it away now.
All right, CJ41X said the super team Doug McDermott really showed he impacts winning yesterday. Funny, all of a sudden winning. 9th seed in the weak East now matters for Rookie of the Year.
Still on that weak East bullshit, ain't you, huh? Still on that weak East shit, ain't you? Yeah, I suppose.
It's funny because Coop's not even in the play-in. People are using the play-in to prove that Coop should be Rookie of the Year.
Right.
It goes to the notion that not playing actually helps your argument more than playing. Because hypothetically, you get to say if Coop was in that situation, he would have played well. And we'll never know because he's not in that situation.
There you go.
Because you saw Con play badly, that's now proof that Coop is better than him, I guess.
Which is goofy as hell.
Ray Lass
goes crazy in the first round. He's really the rookie.
Ray Lass said, "Who's the best player to never be the best in their era?"
Yeah, it might be Kawhi.
Tracy McGrady.
He might be the best to never be top 3.
Scottie Pippen.
Tracy McGrady.
T-Mac was the best for a second.
The best player to never be the best player of the era. Malone.
There you have it.
In
Nims knows
he wasn't the best player in the league.
One more time, Moss.
In 1999, he was the best player in the world.
We had a conversation about him and Shaq. I thought he was better, but there was a real conversation about him and Shaq.
I think Shaq was bad, but I was just curious.
Yeah.
Nims Knows Ball said, "Can someone tell Swiper SJ's winning clutch player of the year? He making it clap and twerk on Twitter."
You guys don't care about clutch player of the year.
I do.
He's gonna win. No, you don't.
I really do.
It's not
Moss.
that. It's more so about the fact that Swiper's clapping and twerking.
I might not care about it as much as I do the league MVP.
You don't care about it because you just been disrespecting Steph Curry, and he has one. So you don't.
Exactly. That doesn't mean that I don't care that he won it. I think that that's dope that he's a great clutch player. Yes. Moss, I'm just over I'm over the Warriors. I'm over these dudes. That's it.
Can't be over a team that has Steph Curry.
Goodness.
It's not possible.
It's Steph Curry, chill.
It is. It is. It 100% is.
He got a big ass gun, chill. You gotta respect that gun.
And it's loaded to the top. And it's loaded to the top. Yes, it is.
Not loaded to the top. You know what I'm saying? Keep a little space so it don't jam. But it's the biggest gun. It's the biggest gun in the land. Like you got to be cautious of that.
Yeah,
no matter what. When he shows up, everything changes.
Don the Speaker said, "Which team has a better chance to make it past the first round, the Raptors or the Atlanta Hawks?" It's a good question. I got the Raptors.
Atlanta.
What I say?
Yeah, both of them got a 50-50. Either they make it or they don't.
I would have to say Atlanta because their offense is better.
I got the Raptors because Cleveland is Cleveland. Ultimate Bulldog said, proud Hornets fan here. I think LaMelo Ball has surpassed Jalen Brunson and several other point guards in offensive impact. He's the Nash/Kid/Hattie, or he's in the Nash/Kid/Hallie category of offensive conduit.
Next super chat.
Why is
LaMelo Brunson? LaMelo Brunson, maybe we can have a convo. Maybe. Jesus said, "I've been listening to old episodes. Hey, Ron, what happened to Euro? I forgot he was on the panel till you started shouting out the OGs for the Portland show." Shout out to Euro. Euro actually works for Gil's Arena. He does kind of, he's kind of like their creative director, something like that. So, yeah, shout out to Gil. Shout out to Euro. And the panel clears. Average Joe said, "Jordan McCain, doppelganger, still riding for the Sixers. Jordan McCain's doppelganger is still right. He meant to say Jared McCain's doppelganger is still riding for the Sixers despite his man getting traded. Salute." That's crazy, Average Joe. Hey, but shout out to Jared McCain and shout out to all his doppelgangers. Nims Knows Ball said, "Drew about to be a part of another 8 seed taking down a 1 seed."
Because he's the 7 seed, actually. So no,
that's number 1. Number 2, what 8 seed was Drew Holiday a part of that took down a 1 seed?
He was part of the 1 seed that got taken down by an 8 seed.
Okay.
No, the Pelicans were 3. It was a 3-6 matchup.
Yeah, and they served.
Which is funny because they were separated by like 1 win. Yeah. So it's like 3-6 makes it sound a lot crazier than it was.
Yes.
When he was in Philly, did they beat a 1 seed? I don't think so.
No, they didn't.
Wait, no, they might. 2012, because D Rose got hurt, right? That counts. 8-1. They were Philly with a 8 seed, right?
I don't think
They won.
I don't think so.
I might have made that up. If I made that up, I made that up. Whoops. 2012 Philly. Bear with me.
Philly was the.
And they beat Chicago because D Rose tore his ACL.
That was in 2012.
Yeah.
Philly was the.
Yeah, they were the 8 seed. Yeah, they were the 8 seed. They beat the Bulls. So there you go. There's the one he was a part of.
Okay.
Oh,
Shout out Drew.
Remember
I got
right.
you.
Average Joe. Average Joe said, he clarified what he meant. He said Jordan McCain because bruh's both Jordan Love and Jared McCain.
I was thinking Jordan Poole. Okay.
That's why they call you Jay. Jordan and Jared. I get it. Shout out my dog Jay, man. Shout out Jay. Go follow Jay on all platforms if you haven't. Fuck you talking about podcasts. Context Kid said, Ron, if we get more Steph propaganda, we send more money. Proud of Mars. Finally.
Fuck Steph Curry.
Shout out Steph Curry, man. Salute to Steph. He bringing in the big bucks still. Trent said, the Heat saying they trying to make franchise-altering moves is so BS. They should have been did that while Jimmy was there to pair with him. Yeah, I think we all off the Heat. We'll just have to see what happens, but I don't think nobody has any faith in Pat Riley or the Heat or what they're going to do.
I'm rocking with South Beach forever.
All right, we got a few more members chats. Before we get into these members chats, I want to shout out the members. Zeems14 became a member. Shout out to Zeems14. Don the Speaker also became a YouTube member. Shout out to Don the Speaker and Zeems. If you haven't become a YouTube member, join up and enjoy all the perks that come along with being a member. I'm telling you, now is the best time to become a Hall of Famer or even an All-Star because we are changing the tiers and we're adding so many more benefits to all of our members. I got another super chat that just came in from the People's 23. The people said, why am I seeing Nick Wright's list and SGA behind Oscar Robertson and Isaiah Thomas? What the hell is going on?
I can understand Oscar. I can't understand Isaiah.
Yeah, I'm not as high on Isaiah as a lot of other people are.
I'm cool moving on. I'm cool moving past SGA, moving past Isaiah. I'm good with that.
Sale Talks Too Much sent through a members chat and said, I got Orlando tonight. After a nasty loss, they lock in.
Talk about it.
Shout out Orlando. We got another members chat from D9 the One. D9 said, respect Musa today. Dub intangibles with dirty work or slash dirty work.
8 offensive rebounds yesterday.
Yes.
That's crazy. 15 altogether, right?
Something like that.
14.
14.
Also, shout out to Khalil Ware. He had 19 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
There was something like that. Yeah, he had like 5 blocks.
Shout out Khalil, man.
He was good. He was great.
He lost.
Yeah.
Stopper333 said, chill. If you tired of the Warriors, you should want them to win. If they pull the same thing Dallas did last year, they will be back on top.
Wow, because they'll get a good draft pick. So yeah, absolutely. Sure. It's just this version of the Warriors. That's where I'm at. I'm over if we're gonna start this thing over, start it over.
Almighty Scambo said Charlotte versus Detroit finna feed families and Cavs and foe.
I really want Charlotte versus Detroit.
I would love to see
Unfortunately, Philly gonna have to miss the playoffs.
I think you're gonna get it, Moss. I do. I think you're gonna get it. Yep. I think you're gonna get Charlotte versus Detroit. I do.
Thunder682 said Pat Riley hates tanking / rebuilding.
Because he's a real man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, just stay not playing there, Pat.
A man of integrity.
Facts.
Be True 2310 said playing should just be 8 and 9 and be within 2 games. So it should just be the 8 and 9 seed.
That. Because right now the 7 seed has the same record as the 8 seed in the East. Why should Philly be fine but Orlando's not? I don't agree with that. It should just be within reason. Like if the 7, 8, 9, and 10 seed all have the same record, have a playing. I'm fine with that. If the 7 seed has 10 more wins than the 9 seed, they should not be at risk of missing the playoffs. Just
they'll do if they did that, Mars. Then as soon as the 7 seed gets involved in something like that, and they're a half a game behind the 6th seed, they're going to be like, but we're only a half a game. We're tied with the 6th seed, so why should they be safe, you know? It's one of those situations.
All right, fellas, and this is the last members chat of the day from a Hall of Famer by the name of Drago FC. Drago said, "Is it unfair to OKC that we make them play a playoffs and don't just give them a championship for winning the regular season? 82 games, we already did the season. 82 games, we already did the season, question mark. Also, you still get stuff for being the 7th seed, one less game to make the playoffs."
There shouldn't be any. I played my 82 to make the playoffs. The world was fine before this existed.
It was just like the Mars. What you talking about with the 65 games? Everything was good.
The way they did the play-in in the bubble was perfectly fine. Phoenix went 8-0, but they weren't eligible to be in the play-in because they were too far back of the team in, I think, 8th or 9th. So even though they went 8-0, by modern playing rules, they would have been in the play-in, but they were too far back. I think you had to be within 2 or 3 games or whatever to be eligible for the play-in. And no one was like, outraged. But now all of a sudden, the 10 seed can make it no matter what. That's ridiculous. Just if you're within striking distance, I would say make it 2 games or fewer. If you're within 2 games or fewer, you're in the play. But if you're 8 games adrift, you shouldn't. In my opinion, that shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I got to get up out of here. It has been fun. It has been real. We'll be back same time tomorrow. Make sure to pull up. We will be talking about both playing games tonight. You guys download Splash Sports, become a member, like the video, all of that good stuff. See you tomorrow, Mars and Chill.
Later.